Welcome, everyone, to session 10 of Blood and Shackles. We meet the party after their most recent adventures, which was mainly a lot of travel up and down the coast. The entirety of the last session actually took like 3 weeks in game time, so a lot of time has passed recently as you headed back from your escapade in the farming hamlet where you managed to defeat some bandits back to Port Peril, did some shopping, learned about new supplies, new treasures from the east that were making sailors very excited. Bought some of them yourself before heading back to Allsword Reef to share the knowledge you have learned about the strange beings that could be behind the recent activity in the area. You made it to Allsword Reef without any problems, aided by now the swift wind at your back, and shared with Marak and Shelby what you had found out. It seems that no one knows, however, what is the best course of action. The attacks in Naruma have slowed down, and in fact, they pushed back towards some of the lizard encampments who seem to have retreated, unsure why, of course. But you decided you needed to share some information with Haziad well to see if he had more news of the happenings in the Southern Lands. When you travelled up the coast again, quite uneventfully, you made your way to his village, which you found without too much problems, as you can now see on your screen. And after meeting with him, he discussed that it hadn't been all quiet, for him at least, that they had been visited by a couple more scum and a stoned lizard. Maybe I'll start calling them stoned lizards, one of them stoned above their heads. And they, however, decided to kill them, that they were not wanting to be trifled with, and they did not want to hit them out very much, but they were unable to learn more, except that they were simply coming to find out potentially what had happened to Tisgar. Perhaps, follow up on that. But Hazi is, of course, worried about this. The location of his village is then clearly known, and if more come in the future, he is unsure what to do. There was a brief discussion about whether or not he would move, and if maybe one day he could actually head down near Allsword Reef. But that, of course, would require quite a change of attitude towards many, both in his camp and yours. But you were posing what to do next. You had also used the compass made from the stone to discover that it was still pointing pretty much straight north of your current location, where you are familiar with. After about 20 miles is simply the open ocean. And you were discussing whether or not you would head there to ensure it does point out into the ocean, or where next to go. And we will take it away from there. I can't remember if Hazi was still with you or if Hazi had actually gone back. I believe Hazi had said goodbye and headed back from far as I can remember.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, cool. So now it is just four of you, probably like a safe distance away from the village.
All right. I don't know if we have to do it in character or not, but we should decide. Do we just want to go straight back to Alta Reef, or do we want to take our ship and go around and try and figure out where the direction is pointing us? Like if it's way far still.
Really, that's adding an extra 2 days, or it's a day back for once we get to the ship back to Old Salt Reef, and an additional day to get back to where we are now, or to the coastline where we will be. Our ship is right now. So I think maybe we just go back to Old Salt Reef first, and kind of resupply with the idea of potentially being at sea longer.
All right.
Oh yeah, could do that too. I
Hard to find some water breathing potions.
To go check out a bit to the north. If there's
on land, you mean?
Yeah, because basically I think the Eon Stone was kind of.
Yeah, it is pointing north. Out of game, or I guess just out of character, I like to kind of. Altair had kind of mentioned, right, the idea of we have traveled so far north recently, but it's only mildly changing direction. That makes me think that even though we've gone pretty decently from west to east, and it's only slightly changed the direction, that the compass is actually pointing pretty far north, not necessarily where we're at, probably closer towards the eye.
Yeah,
so I don't think going north, because there's only 20 miles is what Hazi said, where the camp is to the coastline. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's going to be that close.
So apparently there was
So
like nothing out there, like
it's just the
at
sea.
least what the lizard said. So
Mhm.
we can try. Just that would take a lot longer to.
Yeah, I think we were like thinking about um that it would be kind of dumb, right, if we go back now and uh, travel by ship to realize basically that we were like 10 miles off from the location, you know?
Maybe, but then we could
Yeah.
just like approach from the north, right? It'd be
Yeah.
alright, I think.
And again,
Okay,
we
so
might actually be able to find a faster way to get to this camp, right? If we go up to the north coastline,
Yeah,
find a good place to,
with
anchor
a,
the
with
ship.
a super
embark.
fast ship now.
Does that end up being faster in total
Yeah,
travel
honestly.
than where we
Possibly.
currently have the ship
Trotting
and
along.
the 5 days travel or whatever?
Yeah,
afterward.
probably with the especially with the fast ship now.
Tom, do you have an opinion? What do we do?
Not really. Stay close to the water is basically.
Water good, not water bad.
Alright, so no overland track for now then. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm fine
fair
going
enough,
to
not bad.
also reef first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overland, yeah, sure.
So
We don't have a lot to report, right? But
Yeah,
yeah.
at least it won't be going for weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, just at least you visit home a little bit.
and this is kind of our hey, like we're back. No big updates. And you hear anything back? Probably not.
No news is good news.
We're away. Yeah, no good news. And now we're going to be gone for a long time.
Sinners.
no.
So baby.
We have some stuff to mention.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
do
with
need
the
to start the
lizards, I guess,
conversation of hey, let's be cool with the lizard guys.
You love lizards, right? We all
I don't know, you're
love
gonna-
lizards.
Crixel is very doubtful on that like topic. Oh, you're gonna approach that, but
Mhm. Yeah, it's going to be a tough sell for sure.
Yeah. So
Johnny's up to the task though.
I mean, it's a modern problem, right?
Mhm.
We're fighting the lizards for like eternity, and now let's just invite them
Hey,
to
guys.
live among us.
Good news, yeah, they're coming
Yeah.
to live with us.
Oh man, yeah. It works well.
Sure, no
Okay.
one would mind.
Exactly, no one will mind. Okay, yeah, so you just want to head back towards town. Okay, it is in total time to get back. It took you. Also, you just say the walk because a lot of it is on foot and only like actually 1 day on the thing. So it's 4 days for Sue. So it is 7 days. So no, oh yeah, 7 days. Yeah, 7 days. Cool. So yeah, you start the hike basically back through the swampland, towards the coast. Hopefully to find your ship still waiting for you. Man, that was
Wait a minute.
wasn't.
I didn't consider that.
Somebody, I will D4 to see if the reach back is smooth for any problems, and that means Tom gets to roll the D20 for random
Oh
encounters.
my, let's go.
Scraps.
But low is good for you guys. So, who doesn't like fight? Low is bad.
Still
obviously.
backwards to me. I think
Yeah,
I say that every
but
time.
for me, I'm actually like, yeah, hard fight. Yeah. I mean, players like fighting. Okay, but no, it is uneventful. You're walking through the swamp for the majority of the time for 6 of the 7 days travel. Just making your way through. Not the nicest terrain, but you manage to keep your spirits high enough. And yeah, you find your boat undisturbed, still moored at the dock. And yeah, you sail on back to the Salt Reef. And in the evening of the 7th day, you arrive without any problems. Home, sweet home.
Nice. I tucked the cloud back into my bag.
I'll let that out escape.
All right. Well, village still standing. So again, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
do we talk about the lizards to Shelby and their problem and
Maybe
Ooh, we have to,
maybe
right?
another day, or
what if we have people spread stories about lizard folk that are not so bad after all, maybe. People who have met them outside of our conflict.
Oh,
To maybe sway the,
hmm.
the people a bit.
I remember a friend of yours with us the last time. Wasn't he? What was his name?
A friend of us?
Yeah,
Ben?
that one. Yes, that one. Ben, right? A nice
Mhm.
enough fellow.
I don't know.
True.
Uh,
He would know. Yes, he was with us.
maybe he could, you know, tell the tales of the lizard man while we are absent from the village.
We could talk to Ben.
What do you
I
think?
think it's mostly going to be upon us, though, to try to convince the leaders and the elders of the village.
Yeah, but I think that our friend Crixel here has more like a slow burn solution to that. Spread tales and maybe over time that the the people in the village won't think of them as evil only.
Your old timer group. Surely they met lizard folk before the raids? They hold sway as they are old.
They also hold grudges, you know.
Hmm.
We also fought Lizard Man, like
But surely you
like
remember a time before that, these hostilities started.
I'm not that old.
I mean, the raids have
I
only been
mean,
happening for
wait,
I
like
mean,
20 years, right?
the
technically
Lizard
there
Man
was a
raid.
time before the lizard folk raid started, right? Like that we were all alive for.
There was
The Lizard Men were
I
always,
thought it was like 20 years
you
ago or
know,
something.
there's
attack.
always in the terms of Nate's time. I mean, there's always because in the lizard folk. I mean, basically everyone who lives north would also be for lizard folk, right? So, and of
Sure.
course,
Mm.
like over the years, every so often, yes, you get like bandits or raiding parties. Whether or not
Okay.
you would say, like, so like maybe neighborhood event. I mean, that there's always lizards attacking because, of course, like not like every once a season or like multiple times a season now, but like once every few years, maybe like there'd be bandits or raiders from the north, and
Sure.
Okay,
so
but
you
but
have
in those
you have that
times,
sort of history, like
would there
like
also?
we. What's that? Go on.
I'm sorry. In those times, would there also have been like counterpoints to that, like lizard folk traders or like
Yeah, there would have
Cold
still
War?
yes, there would have been not as like now where it'd be like insanity lizard folk. Back when also beef was popular enough for ships to like go through it, like and use it as like a stopping point. The ships would sometimes have lizard folk on them, and they would be allowed to trade and everything. But it's just
Mhm.
like the same way I guess if you lived in the Viking area, you would think all fucking Scandinavians were like Vikings. Like I mean, you live very much close
Yeah.
to a to a civilization that is quite warlike in nature.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so old timers are a no go. I guess maybe Shelby will know what to do. Hmm.
Yeah, it's
They
it's possible. I mean, we should talk to her, I guess, but still,
even if
she's
we.
one of the us old timers.
Hmm.
We kind of remember that it was. I mean, not as many raids as now, but it was always this way, in a way.
She seems to also hold grudges.
Yeah, sure, we we all do. Why wouldn't we?
True. Yeah, even if we shack them up outside of town with tents, people would be afraid. Not
I
smart.
mean, of course, that they would be worried. I mean, bunch of lizard men
Oh.
living in tents. Looks
Oh,
like,
it's getting too real.
a war camp.
It's
Yeah.
getting too real.
Detainment
I
camps, oh
mean, it
god.
would look like a war camp, you know, just outside the village. Doesn't sound too fun.
Can they swim? They can swim, but do they? Can they breathe underwater?
the lizard folk.
Yes, do they have underwater cities as well?
You knew a
Oh,
decent amount about lizard folk. I remember you
yeah.
when we first rolled. You know that they can hold their breath for very long, but they cannot breathe underwater. They just have much they just could have much more comfortable being down there for extended periods of time.
Uh, I do not think they can live underwater. They,
Oh,
I mean, they are good divers, but I don't really know about any underwater cities or anything like that.
right. Okay, maybe all of us should go to Marak. I think he might be easier to sway than Shelby.
I mean, Shelby seemed, while surprised, also open to us talking about Hazi.
Okay, well, we maybe
We need to both.
do the same
but
again. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Same time.
Okay. You want to invite them for another lovely meeting by the coastline?
Yeah, meeting all the ducks.
Yeah, we can skip to when you both got them there, they both follow you, quite happily, and they kind of nod to each other and one over to the other, and they say, "Well," Shelby's like, "Why? What news do you bring back?"
Let someone else fill in the
She
details.
looks at Nate when no one else talks.
Yeah.
So, not that much new information. I mean, the lizard man was still there where we left them last time.
Mm,
There's just one tiny issue, I guess.
just one tiny issue. I see.
Yeah. So, right, our friend Hazi and his
Mm,
village,
yeah, I
they
remember.
they were visited by some bad lizard men, I guess.
Hmm.
The ones we were fighting before.
With frogs and
They,
stones.
yeah. So they fought them off, of course. But the masters might be interested in when the guys don't come back. Might send a
Of
force
course.
to Hazi's village. So
I imagine they will.
yeah, so that's not the ideal situation here for Hazi.
Kind of shrugs. Like it is a
So
tough one.
we were thinking if there's a way for us to help Hazi and his village and
Kind of raising
so
an eyebrow. What are you suggesting we do?
I mean I don't know, do you think there's like a place somewhere where the lizard man could run away and be safe from you know from attacks and so on?
Razor. I mean, the lands here are wide and empty for most part.
They
And
are looking
I can
for
say,
protection. And most of their village are not fighters.
same could be said for us.
True. It sounded like
But surely
a
there could
partnership.
be safety in numbers. Yes. And as Kirill said, an uneasy alliance between both groups. I understand that there are histories here at play and that trust is earned over time. But I believe Hazi is looking to try to build that form of a partnership.
I'll add on to that with well, for all my life, the lizards have been enemies. It is hard for me still to accept they might not be. But I'm gonna focus my attention on Merrick. I'll be like, but you told me of the Tengu and how we arrived here, found a home to be safe. We were accepted and invited. Outsiders. Now, Maybe the Tango can open their arms for the lizards.
If possible, we all should just be bros, you know.
The hard film note from a movie. All right, somebody give me perception. Anyone else who wants to aid can also try to aid if they wish.
Perception,
you
or you mean
It's
persuasion?
like diplomacy. What did I say?
Yeah,
Perception?
that's you said perception.
Yeah, one of them you see.
I'll roll
walks
the-
down or something.
Diplomacy check, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, you
I think
do.
I probably have the best overall at that.
Yeah.
If someone wants to aid,
I
potentially.
ain't touching any of those rolls.
No one even wants to help. They were just like, no,
Yeah,
you
okay,
got
yep,
it.
My
fair
good
enough.
was 0.
I said
but
my
Public roll
piece,
is okay,
you know.
I'm guessing.
we
We'll
all
know.
Okay.
It's public roll, okay, since we'll know
Yes,
how it goes. Okay.
Hmm?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Good. So like you see Marek and kind of Shelby look at each other and they like Marek says, harder than Tengu. You know Tengu not attack before we come.
Hmm.
But see point? And Shelby is like, oh, what Marek said is true. If they were a different ancestry, different people coming here to share in our land and possibly work together, then I would think it would be easy enough to convince a town of such a thing. And even if we accept the fact that maybe they are just like any other people needing aid and assistance, it will not appear as that to most of the town. At least not into a long time has passed. But I understand their plight. It is not an easy weight for Hazi to bear, I can imagine. But I would say he must at least move his village if he is able to. I'm not saying that they can at least come and share with our land, but perhaps eventually, and until then, I mean, the surroundings of here are lush. There are many coves, there's much land they could perhaps move to. They would probably need to keep hidden, and I would do my best to ensure the townsfolk do not go near that place until perhaps the time is right that we learn that they're closer at hand than what we once thought, and that they mean us no harm. But can we be sure they mean us no harm? His camp was infiltrated once. They could still be, by bringing a much larger number of them close enough to hear that perhaps they learn of our exact case. If there are those still there that wish us harm, we would be in a much worse situation.
don't think we can be sure. Hazi, okay. Others, difficult. We are unsafe in their town.
They seem like an honest people, but very traditional. So their leader says that they have to, they have to fight someone. They will go and fight them for the
Oh,
most part.
yes. They do value strength, it's true. Shelby, you are strongest, no?
Perhaps once. But it is difficult. I mean, I cannot say they can come and live with us. That is too much. But I would suggest they at least head south. If there are more lizard folk that will come for them, they will surely go to their camp. And if they head south beyond the border, perhaps even further south than us, then I cannot imagine how they will find them until they have reached our land properly.
I mean, we've all lived here for quite some time, right? Out of game. Is
Mhm.
is there kind of like a decent spot that we know is not completely overgrown or something like that? That's again a couple miles away.
Ooh, no, nothing that close. Anything like that close would just like almost be used by like like kind of people who sell like hunting like
farmers
cabins and
or-
stuff.
yeah,
Or yeah,
okay.
exactly, like growing crops. I think she's kind of implying like more like a day's travel or something like that. Like maybe 10 miles, something like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
she's kind of implying. She's
I mean,
like,
oh wait, we have that. What was the is where you desecrated a temple, Kirksel?
On your order.
That was for the north, right?
Well, yeah.
yeah, that was on the way between the camp and there when you were seeing
Okay.
On the
there.
coastline
One of
somewhere.
them there was I think it was like pretty much around there. Yeah, you remember like an outcropping there that had like a Detroit building. Like that was like it like you think of it like it's not a perfect place in terms of like I mean, obviously, like that exact place was like one building, right? That wouldn't be enough for the camp.
Right.
And like, if you were actually on the cliffside, you'd probably be too visible from the land. But I mean, in general, I mean, it's basically like wilderness, with a very So I mean, like in terms of if you had the manpower and the will to like set up a camp, I mean, there are many places you could probably do it. Like, the village of Hazi is like, from a guess, you would guess maybe like, a couple hundred people, like similar to Old Salt Reef.
Hmm.
And it would, of course, be possible to set something up. I mean, it's like miles of empty coastline, right? And like if you head inland, it's like miles and miles to like the nearest big city. Like, of course, if you try to find a place hidden, you would have to be unlucky to be found.
If they do live there, it would be easier to send messages. Less swamp.
Chubby nods. Yes, I believe even if we cannot have them close enough to us to scare the town, if you believe they can or they will be useful allies potentially against the threat in the north. You seem to have wanted to have spoken in multiple times already. If it was an easier way for us to share information, perhaps it would be a benefit. Also, if they learn what is happening to the east in Naruma, perhaps they will learn of it first, or perhaps they can give us information as fellow book.
Okay.
By the way,
Mhm.
would I know um, if basically lizard men,
Mhm.
if they trade? I mean, do they like produce some stuff that other people are interested in trading with them, or
I mean, as like a people, I mean, they
yeah,
slightly more. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, slightly more kind of
Barber.
not like yeah, but like just more like they're just not so interested in like kind of that in like going down that path. But so in reality, probably not much. Like I mean, if we're talking about like all lizard folk, probably yes. But like a small village probably wouldn't produce anything like for much trade. They'd probably be more like self-sufficient in terms of like hunting and gathering.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking maybe if there's like some trade established between like the villages
Yeah.
that could help over time, but yeah, just not sure basically how the village looked, and
Mm. Yeah.
wasn't sure if there's like some handiwork that they do, some handcraft or whatever that could be
I mean, they would have their own
interesting
sort of, of course, like
trade
they, I'm not
thingy.
sure, like, whether or not people would want it, but of course they have their own armor that they make, and it has their own style to it, of course, and looks different, and all their weapons, probably made of
Someone
like,
could cosplay as
Yeah.
them.
slightly different materials. Yeah, exactly, right? Like it's like how you go to like South America and you buy cool trinkets, right, and souvenirs. Like, of course, there are like goods which are clearly not made by like a human. That is, not that humans could do it,
Yeah.
just that humans wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I
So
was thinking like I know some weird pots or
yeah,
something that
yeah.
they could be making, but just
Are
not sure
there
if they do right.
obviously Muwangi expands as a huge jungle? Are there like
Mm.
valuable like minerals and stuff there or whatever? I don't know,
At a very
like because they used to come from there a long time ago, right?
Who did so? Lizard
The
folk.
lizard folk. I don't know.
Do you know this? I'm not sure if you know this. Uh, I think lizard folk. I mean, they've come from.
I thought
I
they
think
like came from the east and stuff at least. So.
I think we talk about that they've been here for like ages, I
they've
guess.
been here where you are now for a long time. Yes,
Alright.
Yeah.
but I'm trying to remember if they've been.
Yeah, so we wouldn't know anyway, like any specifics.
No, you guys wouldn't know for like where
Yeah.
exactly they're native to or like what their native land are.
Sure.
But nowadays they're found just sort of quite widespread. Well, like no, a bit like fairly widespread still. But no, I mean yeah, they have their own sort of like style, of course, not necessarily like different, but their style. And they are, yes, quite they are also quite common
Yeah.
in the Moangi expanse.
Yeah, so it doesn't really seem if we could sell the idea to the village that
I think we cannot do it all at once at least. I think
yeah,
if necessary I can do my best to perhaps ensure that the town does not throw such a blanket statement over lizard folk being only evil. I mean, I myself, of course, have met lizard folk during my travels who are not. I know it is. I mean, it is just in the. It is blood. It does not necessarily mean anything, but of course, your environment, how you get brought up, who leads you, is much more likely to shape the way you act. And they were shaped by a vicious hand, it seems, in the recent times. But it will be
Oh,
slow, I am sure.
um, yeah. Another question
Hmm.
about the village. Was it were some houses burned down during the raids or damaged?
No, it looks like the way they started, it was less of a and more like they came and like presented
Yeah,
like
yeah.
saying where is person, they basically were immediately jumped. Oh no, sorry, you mean wait, no, oh yeah, you mean their village or you mean your village? Sorry.
Our village,
Oh,
Old
okay.
Rift.
Were
But
any
they
burned
started
I
down?
to
Yes,
burn
there
stuff.
has been
first.
there have been like yes, there has indeed been like kind of fires set during Blizzard Folk One. Like no like kind of very big and old buildings, but like smaller like kind of more recent cabins and stuff had been burned down in the past.
Okay. So I think maybe if the lizard men were to help rebuild Old Cells Reef, that could maybe convince the people of the village that they mean, no harm or they want to help.
Debbie looks a little doubtful. She's like, I am less
Maybe
worried about the long term. I believe if what you say is true and they are harmless, I believe in the long term our people will realize they mean us no harm. I am more worried
I,
about in the short term.
I think I
Obviously,
agree. I I would
I
like
would
to
say
help
we
them, but also Reef comes first.
I would say we need to do this one step at a time. For now, they should venture south. It's my suggestion. They should get themselves out of known areas. They should look after themselves as we should look after ourselves. And then, if they seem safe enough that it does not also risk the town to interact with them, I mean, when you realize there are people looking for this camp now if they move. And if they keep looking further and further south, eventually they will find us. While perhaps we would be strong enough with them to fight it off, perhaps we would not. And until we know for sure they are on our side, I do not want to risk our home to get to safeguard them.
Yeah,
Okay.
that,
Yeah,
let's look at the others to see if they agree as well.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Marek kind of like, yeah, like kind of cocks his head. He's like, she thinks she right, but they just move. They migrate south. And then, who knows next step? Not worth talking about yet.
Okay. Ooh, another problem.
Hmm?
How to breathe underwater.
Marek sort of cocks his head at you. Why you need underwater? We have wings to fly.
When he means fly, is that like a
Like, why would you
can
be
ask him what he
underwater?
said that.
means to fly? Not anymore. But
Hmm?
there is things
He
underneath
kind
the
of puts
waves.
you. Someone can go fly, Quicksil.
Not us wave dashers.
He kind of cocks his head. Maybe not, but they still good wings. And you kind of think if like
Useful, yes.
I mean Marek, he's not necessarily part of your family. I mean he's probably a wave dasher, but like you wouldn't be surprised if he's got maybe a bit more of flying stuff in his blood somewhere. Like he's got a slightly bigger wings than some people.
You can float, perhaps. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean like but you need to go underwater.
Very
Yes.
likely, yes.
And Johnny
Kinda
can
cocks it.
breathe, but not us.
Have seen in travel much magic. Some use this.
We are low on the magic. Don't understand it.
Fine magic.
Find magic. Now look at the others. Do we have to go back to Port Barrel?
Why you need underwater?
There is something down there, perhaps a city?
Marek looks at it.
A source of bad.
It's also
Yeah.
bad.
When you were here before, remember we told you about the
Mhm.
kind of artificial compass that we created
Mm.
that points towards where like the signal potentially came from or where these things were created, the ion stones. That does appear to be up north into the sea. So we're wondering where these are, an ancient group of people. Potentially they are in an underwater city?
You won't go to their city?
Possibly.
Hmm.
Curious.
We'd like to know what we're dealing with.
Well, be careful.
It's hard to plan how to combat them when we don't even know what they are.
I sort of shrug. Only know of magic. And Shelby kind of says, like, I mean, it's true. I mean, those of us who they'll be tied by life, I've used the magic myself, not controlled it, but being subject to potions or spells or wands that can do a similar job. But they are not rare, but they are more than I have that I saved as a souvenir.
Yes. So, bigger city then.
I mean, Port Peril, I'm sure, would be able to help you out, but as you all know, the price now, inflation has been going wild in the past few years.
Economy in shambles.
That's
Yeah.
one of the good reasons about not having a trade anymore.
Speaking of, what was the normal docking fee when you were last there? I have a bit of an axe to
That
grind.
was quite a while ago. Trying to think. I think back then it was 2 silver a day, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, silver. That
It was
doesn't.
quite expensive even then.
No, nowadays apparently they charge 1 gold per day, assuming you pay up front for the number of
Yes,
days
I
you'll be
know.
there.
Assuming you did it. She kind of winces. I mean, even I know it's grown as a city, but even that seems slightly extortionate.
And then they wanted to charge us 2 gold
Hey, please.
for the days that we hadn't planned
Just,
ahead.
there
It's-
are quite a few pirates down
Oof.
there.
Yes, I noted. Just
The law, they
wanted
call
to
themselves.
make sure my assumption was correct that they're just being assholes.
I believe so.
Yeah.
How that will help you, I'm unsure, but I imagine
What has the world come to? I wonder.
pirates can't even get a good docking fee anymore. It's terrible. But
Okay.
will you tell Hazi and their village that they need to move, or will we wait
Yes,
and
but
see if...
we will tell them they cannot be welcomed to Reef yet. But closer, at least.
Yes, perhaps when they... It's not an easy thing to move a village. Perhaps when they have done so, however, I should meet Hazi for myself. If this is to work, then we need to be on the same page.
Political marriage. The leaders.
She shoots a dagger
Shall be
at
the
you,
cougar.
literally.
Yeah. We need
Take out a gun.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, obviously we have the guard here and everything, right? Getting messages back and forth, particularly if we are going to be out for a while on this adventure. How are we going to make that work?
How are you gonna...
Well, look, how can
message
Hazi get a message to you and vice versa?
I believe if they
More
set up
magic.
camp close enough, well, perhaps if we had the ability, but if they set up camp close enough, I would teach them how to send a raven. I don't know if they have a way similar in their village, but I at least have some methods for them. Not you, Crixel. You're much too slow. Those wings aren't good enough, like you said.
Look at Mara.
Okay, a good thing. You not want be raven.
No messenger.
Which he says, but yes, we will.
Crixel likes
You
being the
say-
whipping post.
You say you will be gone for longer now. Do you have plans of what you are going to do?
I mean, to start with, we are going to try to investigate the source of where these stones came from, or they were created, or whatever that is. But not knowing exactly where it is, other than the direction, it could be days, it could be weeks. are the ones we will find, and we may have to find a way to circumvent, our need to breathe air and all of that. So
Yes, it's quite a physiological problem. But I mean, be careful. This is, I mean, Nata, you're very experienced, and the rest of you have done much better than I thought you would. I mean, even stopping the lizard folk attacks was a job I thought maybe beyond you, if I'm quite frank. But talking about going to an underwater city and finding the creators of such magic, don't. I mean, you're all young. Perhaps you need a bit more experience under your belt before you reach for such goals.
I kind of feel good about it. All energized, being
See, he
out
knows
there
that young.
again.
He wants
Yeah.
to do it.
She chuckles and then just be careful, is I suppose all I can say.
I mean, when was the last time you went to raid an underwater city?
It has
Last
been
week.
a bit too long. Yes, it should have been twice a week.
Well, from what we have learned, these things are has-beens. Maybe not that powerful.
Some would say that about Ned. And he still probably is putting you all to shame in the fight, if I remember him well enough.
I could take him.
She's on she got a raise an eyebrow. Nate, have you been outclassed so quickly? One of my own crew. Already beaten by a bird?
Crew.
A bird.
It's a way of saying he's the better than you now in a fight. I
Oh.
surely can't believe that.
Well, the lad has a wild imagination. Nothing else.
Oh, it's good. Tengu always are dreaming of something. No, it's sort of like, what do you want? What? And she's like, but
But it's a good thing, it's a good thing. We old folks kind of, our minds are
need some
get
young
a bit
blood.
rigid with the age, so it's nice to have someone with such a fanciful mind around,
Fanciful.
He's like, well, I will trust you to do what is best. You will know your own decisions more than any of us. But yeah, we will take this slowly, and in time, perhaps we will be able to make the bridge between our villages. I will do my best to slowly sow the idea in the community.
Okay, I think that is all for now.
She nods, and then
Okay.
yeah, and I will. Yeah, I will see you off when you're next ready to go. But feel free to stay a while. I think the town is already forgetting some of you.
Well, I was
They
never
should.
that close.
Yeah, and she heads back to her home, and Matt sort of he lifts up a wing and kind of waves to you guys as he kind of, I don't know, struts his way back. How do you birds move?
Well, apparently he can fly, but
I thought I could what.
I assume he waddles like a
high levels,
penguin.
right? And that's what he sounds. Feels bad. Oh, Tengu, you better do that.
like Stormborn or whatever. I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, so that was like a feat that everyone could take, but you're right, it was only the third one or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I don't even like. I thought definitely wave dashers are the most common tango in Soldier Reef, but probably not all of them, right? So maybe there are some tango here that can just fly.
That's true too. Okay, yeah, yeah, just the four of you left if you wish to. Cool. Yeah.
So,
Kirk's gonna plant the long-term idea for Ben to praise Hazi and the lizard folk.
Ben is a nice guy, but I don't put much faith in his ability.
I mean, he does have the last name Stalker, so.
I yeah.
Oh, I might
Oh,
have
sorry,
added
man.
that.
You're right there.
No, it's fine. I was looking at because I was trying to remember his name, and I saw. I think it used to be Ben. Now it says Ben Stalker, and I was like, oh boy.
It hits you with the club. No, misses. Friendly miss.
And Salver. Okay. Yeah. Do we go for a drink before for nighttime?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will go for a nice drink at the pub. Okay, so what was your plans? Were you gonna head taking the ship now back up the waterline, was it?
Uh,
Oh no.
Well, it's we can go to try to find the source first, or where we have the assumption that it's might be underwater. Do we go back to Port Peril or another bigger establishment? To try
even
to
if
find
this isn't underwater, I would like to have some underwater
some method.
thing on so. Yeah. What if we find like
Yeah.
a sunken ship or something? You know, like
Sure.
I want to get in there.
Yeah. So we need to find you a breathing apparatus.
Does
Just
that exist like a
Mm.
an engineering?
But yeah,
thing,
I think
so-
there are the like underwater ones, so like the old school submariner.
Yeah, yeah. The
stuff.
what's that?
The
That's
old
French
style
dude's
of
name.
food, yeah.
Is it Jules Verne? No. Who is it? Who like was a writer and submarine?
Yeah. Can't remember what the name is, but yeah.
Yeah. That
Does bamboo grow here in those?
I don't think we're
This
in.
was
Well,
it?
maybe
Does
if
pork
bamboo
go there?
grows here.
Bamboo.
I was gonna say it's probably not tropical, but I'm like, wait, but
It's pretty tropical,
Probably
right?
is,
It's like
yeah.
a jungle.
Southeast Asia is tropical, but different kind, right? So it's
Yeah, does bamboo grow in the Caribbean? I don't
no.
actually know this. No, right?
bamboo grow
I'm
there.
pretty sure
Yeah,
not.
it doesn't,
It
right?
doesn't.
But why doesn't it? Why doesn't it grow in the Caribbean?
But I'm pretty sure that bamboo was
No,
kind of
you,
used for like
no, you get bamboo in the Caribbean.
Oh
all
yeah, so Asia, South America.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
then you would have some
it is
bamboo
there.
around there. Yeah, you
Yeah,
get the
this is South
Caribbean.
America, right?
No, we're
So I
Caribbean.
think all time
All right,
dying
yeah, but
was.
the
I mean,
mainland.
bamboo is kind of like a breathing thingy, right?
You want to know the real way you get breathing? You get a nice wand of water breathing. That's the real poster.
It's probably
Yeah.
not, the
The cheapest.
long enough
True.
to
Just
dive.
at present, the Caribbean West Indies are known to have 4 genera and 36 species of native woody bamboos.
So much bamboo.
So yeah, probably are.
Yeah, and of course you could yeah, you could make like simple bamboo by tube, and you could hold your breath that way. It obviously wouldn't
Yeah.
really be viable as like very
A
deep
long
or
term,
while
yeah.
fighting or anything like that, of course.
Hmm.
Okay, so you are unsure exactly what you
Yeah. Put it up to a vote. The crew.
Mm,
And
I
basically it's
think
do
it
we head
is.
southwest back to Port Peril-ish or north to the unknown?
We go north. We need to check out the situation there. And
Okay.
yeah, we need to
Um,
gather and check what's there. And then probably visit Hazi and just,
Yeah. The only
mention.
consideration of why we'd want to go southwest before, towards Port Peril is to get equipped in case it is an underwater city or
I
anything
mean,
like that.
honestly, we don't really know what we're preparing for.
you
So
are sailors, right? Are there many islands that are not on maps? Would it be an island?
It definitely could
Yeah.
be.
It could be, yeah.
yeah, there are many small.
It honestly, it seems much more likely than an underwater city.
And then maybe we don't need weird items. Okay, I will vote with Nate. Check out first.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you decide to
Oh.
just take the boat back up the coastline, kind of like heading around to the north, like roughly of the Hazard's village was.
Yeah, yeah. I considering we're probably going to be gone for longer this time, we'll like say goodbye to the family, one by one, being like, Uncle Crystal's going to go away now, stuff like that. But
Oh, it's sad. Right, very nice,
yeah.
very nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Then, yeah, in the morning you set out the for the water, for the water.
Dude, fuck.
Hmm?
Apparently, there's a background that is perfect for what I actually wanted, like the Pearl Diver.
Oh,
Vein and athletics, ocean lore, and underwater mother are the skill feed. It's beautiful.
oh man, did they add it recently?
I don't think so. Yeah, absolutely. That's in the world guide now.
No, I think I saw that when I was
Skipped over it.
making the character.
Okay, you guys head back up
Mhm.
the coastline. So this is I got to measure distances if you're going around the back, but you're probably pretty damn fast now. You got the now you got the what's it called? Now you're taking about the whole way. It was certainly the going on by land, which was the slow part of what you were doing.
Cloud in a bottle or whatever it's called.
Cloud in
Yeah,
the
put
bottom,
it
exactly.
behind the sail.
Okay. Okay, to get to roughly, where like, you're not sure exactly where Hazard Camp was, right? Like to the bit, but when you're roughly sure, it's a little bit of a roundabout thing because of, of course, like you're trying to go around that just a bit of land. But it's about 100 miles in total. Now let me check your new travel speed. Go at 50 foot, which is 40 miles a day. So basically 2.5 days to get up there.
It's nothing.
Pretty fast, pretty fast. So it's still always a challenge around mechanic. I mean, it's been so long since we had one to build up every time. Finally, one's going to be a shooting. All right, Josh, give me a d20. Oh, that's still such a low.
We're so
Still
good
perfectly safe. Yeah, so you sail on the days are when you like now the sailing music, not the relaxing down the sea of the music.
As we get around, like,
just said-
maybe on the second day or whatever, I will walk up to Johnny on the ship and be like, say we end up in the eye. This ship is a goner, right?
Most likely. It's a good ship, but the eye is great storm.
Yes, okay. So in that case, you save me, right? Leave these suckers?
I feel like you can save yourself. You can swim, and you can grab one of these bros, and I'll grab the other.
Okay, if we can, I'll save someone. But if we are all unconscious, I trust you. Kind of point a wing at myself.
Man, pre-planned betrayal.
Right? Minus a hero point. Give me a, as you're talking about a bit
Oh
of the
my
eye
God.
and like what you would do, like give me a law ocean check, Johnny. This is blind, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes, click a couple buttons, before I get to there.
Exactly. Yeah, no rush. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're fairly new eye. You have great ambitions for it. Just to kind of get an idea about like the scale of the eye. It's it's kind of talk, but it's fucking like insanely big. And of course, when you say like, could you like if we're in the eye, or like not the eye, or like the storm or whatever you phrase it as.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
of course, it depends where you are. Like
We're
basically,
the eye of the eye of a.
yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Right? When you name it,
Yeah, I
something in the eye. Like I mean, it's like hundreds of miles across. Like it's an insane size. So like of course on the
Moors, right?
outskirts it's just like a bad storm, and then it'll probably be okay. But yeah, it really depends how close you got. And in fact, yeah, as you kind of speak with Johnny about this, Johnny, you're kind of in charge, keeping an eye on the weather, like making sure there's any storms in the areas you're kind of on the boat. And you do, I mean, as soon as you're kind of like north or this kind of like jutting out thing here, you are much more exposed to just like the ocean as a whole, right? Like normally when you're down here, there's like all the way to Port Carroll,
Yeah.
you're very close to the coastline. There's always kind of islands kind of blocking the worst of the storms that are coming off the ocean. Like it's not like it's immediately impossible to sail, but the depth there's considerably just a stronger breeze in the air when you get up north there. And on like the
First
final
look,
day where
that's-
you're like setting off again and you're traveling to get north of Hazi, like you have a feeling that like you're not like it's not like the eye is on top of you or anything, nothing even close to that, but you can feel like that
It's
perhaps
already
later in
really
the
bad.
day, yeah, exactly. And then later today perhaps there'll be like a minor storm where like you want to like pull down the sail for like an hour or two. Like it's already
We've left like
it's immediately
the
like a different sailing condition.
we've left like the
Also,
kiddie
yeah.
slope on the ski mountain.
Exactly.
Now
You're
we're
out
like
of
for
the
the real
kiddie
business.
zone of like the Shackles to like a coastline and into the ocean. Yeah.
By the
But,
way, when we travel, right?
mhm.
I guess we're checking the direction that
Yeah.
the
Sure.
our
Cool.
uh,
Yeah. Okay. So
what was the thingy
yeah, and
that
exactly. And
is
on the final day
covering us?
when you arrive, like pretty much here, I guess I can maybe Ben should be the party token.
No,
Make Ben really small.
please no.
He's so happy.
He's so happy. There we go. There's Ben. You see him? He's tiny right down there.
Yeah.
Man, he's so small. Ah, there he
But
is.
you have a token.
You
You had
see
a
him?
token of a ship, right? Like
You
what?
you see Ben? Alright,
I
I do have
do.
token ship actually. Let me drag on. I guess wait, actually I guess I can put the ship just okay, it's gonna be really big. But then if I just scale it down all the way, I guess I just have it on the map.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, it's
I
still
think that
pretty
works,
big,
right?
but that's okay, that's okay. With the ship, you're sailing around. Oh man, that's kind of nice. I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn it around all the corners.
Well, now all we need is like the Indiana Jones, like the red marker of where we've been.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe I
so
can make
this
that.
is so yeah, so as you're like kind of I guess here, I mean, so first of all, like actually from Alto Reef, it's pretty much like like north on the compass, and it's I mean it varies like maybe a tiny amount. Like you're looking at over it, so you notice it, but you're kind of checking it probably every hour or something. But you're I know this is what you came here for. When you're here, it's very slightly like kind of northeast. But only like if you weren't like trying to track them down, you're just looking at it, you would say it was just north. It's like, it's very close.
Okay.
Uh, and when you head kind of over to here, which is about where you it's actually about here where you think you're about north of Hazi village. Um and here it's pretty much kind of like almost you would say due north again, like the compass pointing. But yeah, like I said, unless if you were specifically trying to look for any kind of change of movement, you probably wouldn't have seen any. Beautiful line, Jack Rodwell. Beautiful line.
Thank you, thank you.
And I like the shift on the map actually. I was like going to like some Final Fantasy
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah, but at the end of like, well, not the end, like kind of midday, as you're kind of noticing this, Johnny and you like the storm and everything, and kind of you've been leading the way, I guess, of like this survivally guy. You also think this is roughly kind of due north of where you were before. You're like, think like, you're probably not exactly above Hasley Village, but you're roughly at the coastline north of him. And yeah, it's still pointing straight north.
Seems pretty far then. Do we follow?
I mean, we are here already. I guess, unless someone else has a better idea, I think we should.
Okay, open ocean then. But let's be wary of the eye.
Yes, of course.
Can we just like see it off in the distance?
Yeah,
just see
this-
its effects.
I feel one of you had like a spyglass or something. You like an eyeglass? I didn't see.
Oh, there is a
something.
spyglass on the ship, yeah.
And I
Okay,
guess
and-
the winds will basically
Yeah, exactly.
go
Like I
up
described
intensity.
to like I described to Johnny, like the winds are certainly more intense and kind of like you feel like a little bit of a storm coming. In terms of can you see the eye? Yeah, I honestly don't know what it would look like from like your perspective. I'm trying to imagine.
A big wall of storm.
Yeah, but it's
Right?
like I mean it's very
Yeah.
gradual, right? I mean it is like hundreds of miles. It's like
It's not like it's not like a wall like Mad Max where the sandstorm.
no,
like,
it's not that crazy, but yeah, at least not at this location. But it's like I would say yeah, I think you would actually better see it though. Man, I need to know what it looks like. Hurricane, seed, form of boat. Let me find some art. Like,
just AI it up.
Yeah, eye it up. I'll get that. I'll get that. No, I don't want to just all these different pictures of boats. I wanted how it can add to the scene of one boat.
I'd also imagine Nate would have a good idea when the winds are too strong for this kind of ship to
I mean, like
sail.
Johnny, like I was saying, Johnny, you think like probably like even today, Johnny thinks like you would want to put down the sails for an hour or two, like take them down to a bit like because the wind
Stop
was
that
picking up to that
reason.
level already. But
Or
of
maybe
course, like
just
Engines.
reduce basically the amount of sails we have. We're
yeah, exactly something like that. Okay, but you
yeah.
want to try sailing north.
These madmen.
Cool.
Fucking dragging an innocent young Tengu to their death.
Crazy guys. Give me a piloting check, Nate. Give me a law sailing check to see how well you manage to pilot the boat in the increasing headwind.
Don't kill us, please.
Please
I'll
attempt
do
not
my
to.
best.
It's instant campaign over. Hey, you run straight into the storm. Yeah, you fuck.
Yeah, well, okay, you hit a boat, you tell
Mhm.
sides, and funny one. No, you get on quite well. You've sailed through storms before in your life, not before the captain, but you've been on a ship that's done it, so you are familiar with when to take down some sails and where to like steer into it and everything like that. And it is slower going, but the wind is kind of against you, like it's almost like pushing out of the eye, right? So you're having to almost like kind of go in on like a curve and like cut across rather than like ever going straight out to it. So you're unsure exactly. So you don't make a huge amount of progress because you can't go in a straight line. But at the end of the day, you think you are after a few miles of travel, you're maybe like another 10 miles like more into like open ocean. And it's like it's still and now you can see like the what's it called, the eye is more clearly like kind of you can see kind of like dark kind of clouds, like whether you would even call this the eye proper or just like the huge storms that kind of surrounded, right? I mean, it's a huge fucking mess of there. But you yeah, I mean, it's now like basically it's getting dark and you are now about no, not 30 miles, so you're about maybe like 15 miles from the coastline. uh yeah, what do you do?
Basically, what's I mean, our target? Is there any change in
No, I mean
basically?
you're basically trying to follow it heading straight north, but it hasn't changed at all.
Yeah. So, guys, I mean, it's the weather is not great. To be honest,
I
It's a
mean,
bit
I don't
windy.
think it ever will be out here. If it's,
yeah, but I mean, going further
uh,
north, I think it's very risky.
That's perfect, Josh. Yeah, okay, it looks kind of like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not
I
quite, but maybe not right at the beginning when you only just got like off the coast.
right.
But now after like the end of the day, it's kind of what you see in like the distance.
Yeah.
The sun goes
There was
down.
actually another one. I can't find it again, but it's basically that, but like you can tell it's kind of this outer ring like that, and then as it got in, it just got hazier and hazier until there's like this dark core is what it looked like.
Perfect. Perfect. Come on, find that picture. I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not really, you know, too sure about what and how are we tracking this. But if you were to ask me if we should continue north on this ship, I'd say that we shouldn't, as we won't come much farther.
I feel
Yeah.
further from home than I have ever been, and would like to explore the world, but I'm scared.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so
I mean, we're
unless
not quite ready for this kind of.
unless the thing that we're seeking
Situation.
is very near, I think it would be prudent to maybe have a much bigger ship before we try to find it.
I mean, the other option, right, is the how much has the needle moved, right, when we went around the horn and then came back, right? Like
Basically,
that.
not very much, only because we're paying
Not
attention, right?
not
So
very
just-
much.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So you're trying to consider like
it-
how far north
yeah,
is it by
like
doing some complicated trigonometry.
exactly.
What that was it? Uh,
minus something. I
Mine is
think?
above average. It is a 12.
I got a +1. Wait, what?
Yep, a whole +1.
Okay, so you.
I've been
If
playing
average is
like
10.
like int 8 or something. Okay. Oops.
You
I'm gonna
happen?
say you like based on like, it's, I mean, obviously, who knows, obviously, inaccuracies and stuff like that. You would consider it probably would be like, no closer than like I don't know, 100 miles, maybe 50 to 100 miles, and like the furthest way could be, 500, something like that, like in that kind of realm.
Right. Okay.
Like you
And
think
how
like
many miles a
it's
day
a
did they
distance that
travel?
is of one you can imagine. It's not like 5,000 miles away, right?
Right. Right.
Like
Right. Right. Right.
you still notice it, so you're like it's probably not more than a few 100 miles, but and probably further than like 50 or something. But beyond that, it's
Do we
hard
know
to
of
say.
any bigger settlements in the Sodden Lands? Do those exist?
Bigger settlements in the Southern Lands. They for sure exist. I guess somebody rule me Law Society. Whoever wants to think of bigger settlements in the Southern Lands.
Lore society.
Yeah, but Southern
But
Lands are
knowing
big.
about the world.
Knowing that none of us have that shit.
But no, yeah, I
Um,
thought maybe one of you had it.
No. And like I keep
Um,
thinking about like, okay, I should probably just do like get trained in it at some point. But because it's a skill increase and I could get expert in another skill that I'm already trained in, it's so hard to justify. So I have to wait until we get a skill boost, then I can go to
Can't really
14
remember.
and get some free skills.
I can't really remember what the bigger map looked like, but wasn't Neruma?
Noom was one of
East,
your
right?
lands.
Yeah, and that's further to the east of where we were down in the Shackle area.
Oh, okay.
Because here's what I'm thinking, right?
Southeast,
Is
or was
if we
it
stay closer to the coastline, and not super close where we're going to get bashed against the rocks, but like stay closer there and try to go on the outskirts. If we reach the top, like if we notice as we're going to the east, if it suddenly starts to really sway like the direction towards the west, we know it's near the eye. And yep, okay, we're too low level to complete this quest now, right? Like we have to go back and
even
gear
if
up.
it's past the eye, would you wanna? Let's say we can circumvent it. Then, would we still want to head those like hundreds of miles out right now?
Well, no. So my idea, right, is that eventually, like, it's a circle. So if you go past and it's on the other end of the circle.
Yeah, Jacko means would you even want to go that far away from home? That's what Jacko means. Like if it was on the other side of the circle.
Okay, if we
That's what
could,
you
yeah,
meant,
if
right,
it
Jacko?
wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? Isn't that kind of what we're wanting to do?
Yeah, I
It's-
mean, we
It's
could
far, but
continue.
Do we
By
have
the
the
coast?
supplies?
we
Yeah, I guess-
resupplied.
Yeah, so we have rations. Okay, that's nice.
So yeah, I agree. We could continue by just traveling by the coast. The only worry is that there might be more lizardman villages that
Yeah.
could be hostile,
Yeah,
or worse than lizardman villages. We don't really know what's going on here. So
yeah, you're not that familiar with the area of the Southern Lands. Like, you're fairly confident that originally there was like, it was just like an area of like, other kingdoms. Like, like, I mean, at one point it was just, never had a coastline like anywhere else in the inner sea, populated by, you're not sure what people were, but you remember, stories of it was just a kingdom like any other before the eye. And then basically after the eye, like it was just battered down. Like most of like the Southern Lands is just like kind of marshy underwater, like, and like with storms, right? Like you can't really build many permanent structures there because of how like variable the intensity of the eye is. Like basically, also Reef is almost as far north as you can go without like being risk of like bad years. I mean, lizard camp was smaller, didn't have like so also Reef, and you better have it. But if you're like on along the coastline, it would not really be any like standing like large, or like you wouldn't better build new ones. It would more be probably the ruins of like older cities and stuff like that.
Ooh, ruins.
Ruins indeed.
I'll say I'm
Suddenly
more
Crix
worried
is
about.
interested.
Yeah, more worried about staying afloat than lizards. But if you can do that, then okay. Let's go.
I mean, if we stay far enough from the eye, we should be able to travel much further, I think, and then we can basically figure out if the our target direction that we're looking for is basically uh, behind on the other side of the eye, or somewhere in the middle.
Sure, let's keep going then. Ian, I do wanna like while we're traveling, I wanna start keeping an eye on the ship, like how it's doing with the mast and stuff, if it holds up.
Okay.
Using my
you
my
would do
crafter's
that.
eye.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, how's the current weather? Is it like I didn't have a feeling that it's dangerous for basically
You think
uh,
you were doing a good enough job that
like
it's not
the
dangerous.
ship
Like
falling apart, right?
not falling apart if you're shit. If you're sailing it correctly, no, you think you can hold on through this. Obviously, it's more like if you made a bad mistake and you accidentally like turned the sail, or I don't know how ships fucking work, but if you
Yeah.
Under rudder.
docked up somewhere and like you caught the wind badly or something, there's a risk like a mast could break for sure. Like I mean, I'm just gonna this is one of the lines right where it says the intensity of like the eye. So maybe you've heard it like this. So the intensity of the eye is variable. At its weakest, it can tear the sails of the biggest ship, and at the strongest, the wind alone can blow a large vessel into splinters. So it like it's kind of thing where if you get close to the middle, like doesn't matter how fucking good a sailor you are. If you're getting lucky, you're fucked. Like
Yeah.
to put it in perspective, the one of the ways you what's it called? There's this thing that free captains do where they sail around the eye of the Abednego. And like, if you win, you get a seat on the pirate council. Like that's how impressive it is to be like sail like there's like an actual course, so it isn't sailing just like you have to go around it like like what you're talking about. It's like an actual
Yeah.
course set by it. But like the risk of like damage and it's high even being like in the Sutherland regions. You would need to keep a very good check on it. But of course it is it's doable. And as of now, it seems so. I mean, give me a crafting check, Quixel, after to see how like it's doing after this day over. What's it called? I'm not just what you do if you're in like an area. Oh, okay. Oh, pretty good, Quixel. This ship it's tougher than it looks, and Nate is doing a good job piloting it. Like I mean, some of the winds are hard, and you're not sure, but for
But there's
now
a
it
craft
seems
sheet,
still
okay.
it still seems ocean ready still at least.
Nice, okay.
But yeah, I feel like so it's like kind of nighttime now. You need to sleep. You're 15 miles from the coast. How does that
Um,
work? You take down the sails, I guess, at night so you don't get blown around.
should we try and find
Or
like
you
a
take ships
cove?
trying to do it.
I mean, is the wind pretty hard still?
Yeah, it's still pretty hard. Like you were cool. It's definitely a windy day. Like it's like basically when you're like even like this far from it, it's always windy. Like it's
Yeah,
not
but
necessarily like
how's
stormy,
the
but
direction of the wind?
it's kind of pushing you. It's more like pushing you kind of like out, like kind of like twisting, but like kind of pushing you like kind of more away from the center. So kind of like in the direction you actually
Towards
talking about
land?
going, really. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So kind of like up and in that direction, like kind of more. The Sunlands gets beaten by the worst of it, but it's
Yeah.
always like centered on that kind of area.
I mean, I'd imagine if it's pushing us towards the coast and we're far enough off the coast, then we shouldn't really worry about it.
Okay.
We maybe try and find like a bay or a cove or a little bit protected from the elements.
I mean, maybe we should. Someone should be on the watch, and
Yeah, you would
if
probably you would.
shit
Yeah.
starts happening, so maybe wake Nate up.
Yeah, as being a sailor before Nate, you would always want to leave somebody at the helm, like throughout the night. Like unless you properly dock to the coast, at the coast, you would always do it, right?
Okay, just sail on the ocean then, sure.
Okay, so you will kind of try to hold it like off the coast and just like have somebody be out there and make sure the wind doesn't affect you too much. Obviously, the current kind of takes you a little bit, but there isn't too much movement. Yeah.
I'm missing a skill feat.
And the night, oh my god, and the night passes uneventfully. Occasionally there's quite like almost sudden heavy parts of vein to kind of suck anybody out there on the helm. But apart from that, morning arrives, and it is. Give me a. Do you have? I feel you have like a special thing for like trying to sense the weather, right, or something, Johnny?
I have what's it called? Let me find it.
What's it called? Yeah, something I remember.
You gonna get
Shit,
the specialty
what is it
crafting? Is that
called?
okay?
Yeah.
Yes, this. Oops. What the fuck? What does that happen? This inverted pad doesn't predict coming. It's from my. Where's that thing on the sheet? Oh, this thing.
This
No,
thing?
it's not. It's not this thing. What?
It's not this thing.
Where is it?
Where is
don't
right
know.
of shame? I hope you had something. Right?
Am
Am
I-
I going crazy? You had
Am
something,
I
right?
dumb?
Especially.
No, it is a thing. Like, just can't find it.
Right? I remember you had something.
That's
It's your
that?
Tide Watcher background. Yeah, it's not like a real thing because it's from the Tide Watch. Here we go.
Yeah, it's in the background.
During the night when you can see the moon, you get
Can
a
I
plus.
click that
one.
somewhere, or is it? Because
No, it's
it
kinda
should
weird,
be in the
actually.
feeds, but it's very annoying. Maybe.
Because it's not a
Well,
feed,
not
it's a
the
weird
feed, it's
benefit
not a-
from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it says you get a
Wouldn't
plus
it
two
still
if
show
you're
up
in the
there?
vicinity of the ocean. And no, I don't know. It's from it's like a rare background from like some weird source. They play coding or some shit.
Gotcha.
Like,
You can,
again,
it's something you can tick on your action page.
yeah, exactly. I found it there, but I didn't know exactly where it was from.
You've
So
got all
it's a
these
plus,
things.
It's a +2 to survival checks for the certain weather patterns.
But you should click them, right?
Nice.
Clicked. I've
And
clicked.
then you got to click near the ocean as well, I guess. At night time with the moon visible. You got to click all these buttons. That's all these things. Okay, yeah, Johnny, when you're on watch, give me a check as you kind of like staring at the moon and
Yeah, see how
see
this,
if you think anything of the weather.
survival. Okay, it's not quite. It should be a +2, right? Because we're yeah, it's only a +1.
What should be a plus two? Sorry?
Let me see. It should be another +1.
Maybe
No,
just
that's not correct.
you put it in near the ocean. Maybe click it and maybe it'll work when it says it doesn't.
I don't think so.
Oh, it
See,
did.
it's like
Well,
it says +1
That should be blind.
instead of 2. Oh right. Oh, it should be. Blind.
You got a reroll, yeah.
Yeah, you motherfucker, you do.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, I'll just add a +1 on it.
I didn't know it was gonna be a 1.
Yeah, man.
Just add 1 to that. Yeah. Should be a +2.
Okay, yeah. As you're kind of looking up, you're trying to like think. You're trying to like figure out what you reckon the weather will be like tomorrow. You think it'll be pretty similar, like not too many big surprises. Hopefully, again, like at least at the distance you're away now, you should be able to say, or at least somewhat easily. At least easily. A skill set, it's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. Well,
Well, it's not too bad. That's not,
Yeah, and then the
Pretty
morning
good
arrives.
fire.
It's a little drizzly today with the vein, kind of like just almost like the vein almost more coming like sideways and from the ground. It's almost like we're just that windy from like the center of the hurricane, like just very rainy somewhere in there, just getting pushed out.
right.
Hmm.
Well,
So where were you trying to go? So you were trying to go somewhere. Where were you
Along the coastline for now, right?
trying to go along the coastline?
And figure out the
Yeah.
the
Yep.
destination.
Just sticking towards the
Yeah.
coast of the Southern Lands,
Now a little bit away from the
east
storm,
into
I
the,
guess.
slowly but north.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you're going a little bit further away from the actual eye, right? So it's a little bit easier for Nate to sail around.
Mhm.
And I guess you can go 50
I
miles.
yes, we wouldn't really have any knowledge of the sea here. Right.
The sea's the sea.
Yeah, what do you mean? It's just water, right?
Just water.
Yeah, unless it's shallow and
It's
we
water.
ship on
Yeah.
some
It's
shallows.
true. It's Nate. Nate, you're keeping an eye out. Trying to wait. So is someone actually scouting? Or someone searching?
Johnny's in the crow's nest.
Johnny's no. Out
Johnny is? Okay.
Oh, sorry, no. I thought one of
You're
them.
always,
I think
doing
it's
you're
normally
always
me.
avoiding notice right out there. Was that it?
So yeah, that's normally like when we're traveling overland. Yes, when not, then I think I had the best perception, so I would be scouting up in the crow's nest.
Okay,
Or
give
the
me
equivalent
a
that we have. Perception.
give me a check. A perception check. Blind perception check.
Okie dokie.
Hocus Docus.
What does scouting give you again? Because it's not adding it automatically. +1.
Initiative.
So will you be doing search, right? Not scouting.
Is
So
it search?
scouting is
Okay.
like-
So Scout is
scouting is
+1
like-
to initiative.
Yeah, yeah,
And
you're right.
searching
Okay.
is like
Let
checking
me
for this stuff.
redo it. It's
Keep us
being
also getting
okay.
the-
How do I get rid of everything?
Let's click it again.
I'm like trying to get rid of. Okay, God, it's just so slow
Mhm.
moving.
Mm.
And now it's back to that. Okay. It's just so confused. Okay, there. Now it's just that. Now I can click reception. It's still not adding it. I guess that's only in perception. God, initiative roll. So okay.
Yeah.
And blind GM roll. There we go.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of looking out. The train is quite, like I said, like almost like I don't know, I mean, not new, but like how do I describe it? Like how like most of cliffs are really clean and like they've had thousands and tens and hundreds thousands of years to like be formed like smooth and like into beaches. Is it much more like kind of I don't know, just yeah, uneroded. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's much more like broken off pieces, almost of like land itself, kind of like judging out in some places. Like it is harder to say around just because it is was like
That's actually reminds me. Has anyone ever been to like a tropical island where like a crazy rainstorm has hit before?
No.
Because I have, right? Because I did Peace Corps stuff, and the island there had like this absolutely record-breaking rainstorm, and like that's what it looked like. Like the beach is like because it just formed new rivulets and just like torn up, broken landscape like everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
It's
Torn
really
up
cool.
landscape, exactly.
Dangerous.
But, yeah,
Very
exactly.
cool.
Dangerous. And indeed, like you're trying to stick quite close to the coastline because it's easier from the storm and it's faster for Nate. But at a certain point, you kind of see from your vantage point, out here somewhere where you think Nate might not see like a bit like kind of jutting out like sandbank or something. You can kind of just make out like underneath the waves from your kind of perspective. And I guess if you cool down or something to Nate in time as
Oh,
Hand
definitely.
ahoy.
yeah, exactly. So Nate, you were kind of saying you're trying to get quite close, like keep out the eye, and but you realize maybe you just went a little bit too close to some of the land outcropping. So give me a law sailing check with a bonus from out here cooling out in time for you to hopefully have enough time to just get around from it.
Okay. So that's what
Yeah, sailing check.
kind of bonus.
Something along the lines of iceberg straight ahead.
Yeah, I'll say you get a. I mean, it's pretty useful being tortured. I'll say you have a +3 circumstance bonus.
+3.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's add that.
Pretty useful being told the iceberg's coming. As a person.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, yeah, you I'm sure that you had it covered the whole time, of course, but thankfully out here, just as just in case you hadn't seen it, kind of, and you kind of casually, with a little bit of speed, turn the helm as, give it a little bit more leeway as you sail around the coastline, and yeah, it's no real problem, just a little bit of maneuvering during the day. But apart from that, yeah,
stand next to Nate on the wheel, and I'll be like, so Shelby's old ship. How was that? Was it big? Did it have cannons? How many sails?
So yeah, I'd imagine I would remember that.
You didn't make it up, Nate.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh,
If you say something crazy, I'll be like, nah, 50 cannons, 500 men.
yeah. I mean, I don't really have like a comparison
Sure.
to make with that.
It was like the Mortal
I
Machines or
can,
whatever.
I can
Or,
say it was what you would properly call a sailing ship. Like it was, I can look up exactly.
I mean, I'd imagine it wouldn't be like the biggest ship around or
No.
one of the biggest, but it would be like reasonably big, maybe
Yeah.
like
Indeed, yeah,
Well,
she wasn't ever really focused on the work of like taking people. She wasn't interested in slavery or anything like that, and she didn't really work in merchantry or like kind of that kind of stuff. So she didn't have like a huge hull or anything. But it was like a proper sailing ship where you would need a crew of like 10 people at the minimum, and could easily have like another dozen or so below deck easily enough. It was like kind of that kind of scale where and yeah, she had a couple cannons, couple.
so. Yeah, it was quite a decently sized ship, but not too big, So, um, or like, because those trading ships, they're big but slow. They need
the
to
ones you raided.
carry a lot. Come on, man.
Oh.
Well, you should give up on pretending you are not a pirate. We all know now.
Oh, I mean, why would I be a pirate? It's better to be on the right side of the law, always.
Hmm.
But
That's
yeah,
weird.
well, we had a decently sized ship, very fast and well taken care of, with with some guns too, of course, some cannons. So
For the purpose of illegal
I
activities.
so oh,
Oh, I would like to fire a cannon someday. Maybe we can look around. It's not really space here.
oh. I guess the ship that we're on does not have any cannons, I'd
Does
imagine.
not have any cannons.
That.
Sad, I
Hmm.
know, I know.
Maybe
Something to
we
strive for, you know?
should install a cannon.
Mm.
Hmm. And the ship would veer because it's so small. It would capsize. Cannon too
Oh, I
heavy.
mean, a small cannon.
I already have a small cannon. But
Yes, a bit too small. Maybe we
but
could,
during
fire warning shots at people and
Hmm.
fire a shot when we come into port to let everybody know that the heroes are back.
oh, that would be cool. But could you during dinner maybe share stories of you and Shelby?
Oh, I was just, a lowly sailor. Not sure if my stories are um, would uh, would be good enough to describe all the adventures.
Well, I only know until recently the reef and the ocean. So anything else would impress me.
Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Maybe later. We need to keep our eyes on
In the
the
vast.
things around here. The weather is not very nice, and these shores are not they are unknown to me, so I need to be careful so we don't hit something underwater.
Yes, I should
Uh,
not distract you. Both hands
yeah,
on the wheel, please.
yeah. But what you can do to help? I don't think I've seen any maps of this area, so maybe if uh, you're good with with your hands and uh,
Hold up both my wings.
yeah, have good eyes. Maybe you can try to draw a map or something.
Hmm.
This might help someone back in the village.
Oh, it would help us. Oh,
Yeah, of
yes, a
course.
map. I'll try. Um, let's see. I don't have any writing supplies. Do we have anybody have writing supplies or like parchment, anything?
Mm,
Writing supplies, though.
I think we ended up I believe I requested some when we first were heading south
Oil.
towards Port Peril.
Yeah.
So there should be
Add
some on
them
the
to
ship.
these.
Well, like, how do I add
Nice.
them to the ship? Right, like that
You
was
open
the.
this ship
Well,
and-
there's a there's a
I?
boat on the Lost Tides. You go to the
Oh, you're
the
right.
inventory
You're right.
tab.
It's got a lot of shit in there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty well
I
supplied.
I would not allow you to scratch the map on the ship's deck with a
Yeah.
knife or something like that.
It's not okay.
Can I use your back or like? what?
But,
I gotta.
that wasn't really. I mean, I kind of imagined it might. We would have some
Yeah, I
supplies.
think you would take some.
Oh.
I'm fine with saying you took some paper, like that's like pretty fucking violent.
I think I'll add it to the.
Like, that's would be annoying to be like, oh, we don't have any way to make any sort of note, or anything. Like, if you want to send a message or even back up, no way. Like, come on, let's go.
Writing set. There you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I didn't take it up a set. Hey,
It's
right.
one gold
Hey.
total, man. That includes stationery, including a variety of paper and parchment, as well as ink, a quill, or ink pen, sealing wax, and a simple seal. Come on, that's not that much.
You want the ceiling wax? You want the wax?
I gotta like.
You know what I said. Okay.
Well, it has to go with his like 64 candles. That's like the majority of his budget each
Sure,
month.
sure. So yeah. So after that little encounter with a little bit of the old sandbar, which you managed to avoid, Nate, the rest of the day travel goes fairly well, and you make good progress along the coastline. As you go past, yeah, I mean, it almost looks like like the sign of like a recent hurricane. You would think, like from like St. it's hard to believe, and and you're familiar that this probably is recent, and it probably does maybe every you don't know how often. You're not that familiar with the storm, but it probably turns and its attention onto like this part of the coastline fairly often, and that's why you don't feel that comfortable being here. As you go past, you see not really any signs of like civilization. It seems fairly just like if there was once like like small villages here, you see they've been like completely washed away. Like any like large city or town, you would imagine you would see some signs of based even on what has happened here, but you don't see anything like that. But after
During the
further
day, I'll be
travels-
pestering Johnny with like where we are exactly and stuff, because I know shit about all about
Hey, Dad.
navigation. So
don't
yeah,
worry.
where are we now? Where are we now?
But
And like 2 minutes
you
later,
do
like, yeah.
see you ever looking at the compass that it is certainly again not much, but again fairly imperceptibly now pointing northwest instead of straight north.
So you've reached the threshold.
The threshold.
The
So looks like
vertical threshold.
we need to continue for quite a while before we'll know anything for certain.
If you were like to go straight north now, we'll still get too close to the eye, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, honestly, like if you
All the way around.
like, yeah. Pretty much until you're completely on the other side of like if the island circle until you're basically on the far east of the eye, you basically can't go north at all, right?
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of wondering if there is even a way to go past the eye here.
If you
without basically passing through insanely bad weather.
I mean, there's always a chance for bad weather. Like, Saltlands often have like bad storms, like at the land. So there's no way to like kind of to make your way through the Saltlands following the eye. Like, if a ship was going around the eye, they would go through the complete open ocean. They wouldn't go along the coast of the Saltlands.
Yeah.
They would go like much farther out and like basically go around the other side of it.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if maybe if we would know if the eye is too close to the coast, basically there might be like an area that we'll have to stop and go back, right? Because we wouldn't be able to continue.
Yeah. Like it's
So-
less consistent than that, I guess. Where there's like always a place where it's always like in there and there isn't a pass. But whether or not at some point, yes, you could reach a point where the storm there is just like much higher, like or it's
Yeah.
or at least you need to wait for some days for it to pass. That's entirely
Yeah, so I
possible.
was just thinking if we know if there's maybe like a spot where the storm is just too close and it's impassable, or we don't really know?
You
And
don't really know. Like, no, again, also like people don't really head this way anymore, so there aren't really much like notes or stuff about it.
cool.
But yeah, another day passes. You just want to continue heading along the coastline?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that seems the most sensible.
Okay.
And we don't really see anything on the coast, I guess, or any like small island.
No
Point of
small.
interest.
Not really any small islands of anything of interest. Okay, cool. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, and then there's a night, which is fine. Then you check something. Sorry.
George,
Cool.
have you been? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
No, go. No. Okay.
I was gonna go on a
okay, yeah.
tangent about the LCS.
Tangent, you crazy. No tangents right now. No tangents allowed. As you.
Oh, I finally found an archetype that I kind of want.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Definitely
wow.
enough find a quest to do that.
Exactly. So I'm gonna ask you about that. So is there one that might be able to get
Any
this?
quests that I can do this? Okay, so you hit another 50 mile, or you attempt to head another 50 miles on the coast today. And at night, give me another check, Johnny, as you are watching the night sky on your turn of watch as well.
Oh shit! I unclicked. Why did I unclick? Oh, it's clicked. All the text clicked. I think this might be.
We haven't, because it's such a weird route to travel. We haven't seen any other ships, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Can I? Is that possible?
We did get these grappling hooks, you know, just in case we see another ship. We always.
Yeah.
We could just raid it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I moved the ship. Whoops.
It is weird looking at the feats tab of the character sheet and seeing 2 blank archetype feat spots there.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah,
I feel like something's missing.
something's missing, but you want to
2 things.
Okay, Johnny. No, you think tomorrow actually should be a bit of a let up. Luckily, it shouldn't be quite so bad as it was today.
I'll be a little bit better, boys. A little bit better.
A little bit better. Okay. Yeah, and the next day you set up
good.
along the coastline again. The wind and the water begins, without too much of a problem, like Johnny says, but gets a little bit windy and rainy, but still not too bad. And then maybe out there, give me a perception check as you're kind of watching the waters.
Mhm.
Watching, waiting, deliberating.
You see, you go to Spyglass, kind of looking out, checking the cloud pattern. You know, it's kind of raining a bit now. It's kind of hard to see exactly, but you see that maybe certainly several hundred feet. Maybe I'm bad with feet. Few hundred meters, so what's that? Like a couple of thousand feet or something. So quite pretty far away. You're kind of looking through the spyglass. You see a side. You think originally that it was maybe just like kind of bad weather, like it was just a bit of cloud or anything. But then as you kind of look a bit closer, it looks almost more kind of less connected to the rest of the storm, and almost like a giant sort of like wave, but it's almost like moving
Johnny!
erratically, kind of like moving like kind of erratically around, kind of thing.
Oh, so maybe an elemental or something,
Potentially,
or some
is
form
it?
of
Yeah, could be something like
something moving beneath the surface causing a
that. But
wave.
it's pretty big.
Okay, so I yelled
Godzilla.
down. Mm-hmm. Gorjira.
No. So
So
what do you have down?
Yes, I say, careful up ahead, about 1,000 feet out. Some kind of wave is coming.
Yeah, and you see a
At the
Where?
surfboard.
yeah, I mean, as you do now, you're kind of looking over the
There.
helm and you try to, yeah, you try to see it. Yeah, you see like this, this giant sort of like,
Port side or what's the other
mm,
side?
Dead
Starboard.
ahead.
Star
a
side.
bit,
What's
a
the
bit,
other
Something like
side?
that.
a bit
Or
closer
Port.
to the, to like this,
Starboard's
to out to
left,
ocean.
port's
It's on the
right.
ocean side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, do you try to just sail towards it, or do you drown, or what do you do?
Is it moving?
Uh,
I mean,
And
Yeah.
is
this
it
wave,
from like ocean towards beach? Or towards coast?
It's going, yeah, kind of to ocean towards beach. Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Are we
it
going
looks
to
like
meet it?
a dangerous
If
wave.
you keep going in the same direction, yeah, you probably meet it.
Okay.
Well-
But if we were technically to bank to the starboard side towards the ocean, we could go around
Yeah,
it.
then you could try to go around it at least. Yeah.
All right. I suggest that.
Is there anything I can do to help? Pull some ropes,
Bro.
bro.
You flap your wings into the general direction of the sails.
Okay, no, I'll just
you could try.
stand there.
Even though that physically has no effect.
I'll do my tango duty
go
of just stand there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if I'm imagining this right, it's like not a wide wave, I guess, like a narrow.
Pretty
Right.
narrow. It's not yeah, it's not that big. It's like kind of like, I mean, like as a creature it'd be like huge, right? But as like a wave on the scale like the ocean, it's pretty fucking small. It almost looks like it's a, as you're kind of watching it now, as you try to go around it, almost just like kind of like almost just like pounding repeatedly into to like the land next to the water, and almost just like a normal wave would almost like like hit it, but much faster. And as you kind of go around closer to it, I mean, it's still just like does that. But I can show you at least kind of like there's a little bit of art of what this thing I guess kind of looks like, and you kind of actually see it as you get close enough.
Do I need to pull out my gun? Oh shit!
oh
what
my
the fuck?
god, what the
You
fuck?
kind of see like
I'll
this
pull out
almost
my
like the
gun.
hands, like
Wait, where did it go?
just on the landing page. I just
Oh,
dragged it
okay.
into you. So like it's like
yeah,
a huge thing,
Jesus
but you see like the
fucking
wave
Christ.
almost like it's like alive and almost like kind of tearing at the land itself.
Would I
Yeah.
recognize?
I was potentially right about it being maybe some form of elemental.
Would you recognize this? Give me a
What is
little
that?
sailing check.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, you look. I mean, it's. I mean, it's so just like you can see it. It's like very like kind of destructive. It's like kind of like smashing across like the rocks, and you see kind of like rock chunks almost like fly up as it kind of hits against the coast. Oh, Nate, you you're a little bit.
You
of
know
an
this one by name.
expert about specific things.
Hey, Frank.
This is Jim.
You spent some time with sailing. You know, one of the. I mean, there are many different sort of elementals that exist in the water. Water elementals, obviously. This one, you think you would call or would be called an elemental tsunami. One of the most kind of damaging and devastating of water elementals. You're familiar that elementals aren't they're not like evil or good in the same way we would consider them, but they're just almost like a force of nature of destruction. And like clearly this one, for some reason, maybe it's the aspect of the storm kind of influencing it. It seems just want to almost try like batter down the land itself. And I mean, it's doing a damn good job on it. Like, if you were saying, like, if it had a mind to, like, even being far enough away, it could easily catch and destroy a ship, like, without a second thought. Like, it wouldn't, it wouldn't be like you could defend the ship against it, you could sail away. It would be like,
Yeah, what
you would
type
be
of
by
creature
nature.
level are we talking?
Higher than
knowledge.
10.
Legendary. Okay.
Oh,
But it's
If we had some cannons though, this thing would be fun.
if he hasn't cannons, who knows? But you see it, Nate, and I mean, this is just like it's like for you at this point fighting it would be like trying to fight the actual ocean. Like it's
Yeah.
not something you would even consider. You would just
I'm
like
all
hope
done,
it
man.
doesn't want to destroy you, kind of thing.
Big wave.
Oh.
Here we
So we should
avoid
avoid this thing
give it a wide berth.
if we can. Yeah, as wide as bird as
Hmm.
possible.
White bird.
Yeah, let's say that. Agree with that.
Okay, so you try to really sail around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, as you kind of sail around it, like at the point where you would be closer, it looks like it is like not caring about the ship. It seems very focused on its task or whatever it is doing, just kind of beating the shore into submission. And it just it doesn't notice or do anything when you sail around it.
So that is common on the ocean. Waves that are things.
Nate,
Sometimes, but
yeah.
usually not this kind of thing that we saw.
No, you're
Luckily.
this is much more likely to be seen in near the Eye of Bendigo. Like, in general, just surrounding the Eye of Bendigo, there's a much higher concentration of water and air elementals and just kind of like forces of nature incarnate. Luckily, most of them are just
we have
nature.
seen a few already.
Technically, we fought a brine shark. Is that what it was called?
Exactly.
Yeah, the
yes.
shark and then the squid.
Which is
thing,
another
or-
form of
Yeah, and also the
elemental.
Mist Stalker at some point, yes.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
encountered a few, but this is by far the most powerful you've encountered. And
Goddamn Mist Stalker.
also the closest spear.
Big suck.
But yeah, you continue sailing around and go for the rest of the day. And after the end of the day, you have gone another 50 miles along the coastline.
Wait.
And less.
Are invisible stalkers also technically elementals?
Invisible stalkers? No, they aren't. They aren't.
Faceless stalkers.
Feel pretty confident that they are.
Oh yeah, faceless stalker. There's different things.
Yeah.
Faceless stalkers probably not. Invisible stalkers or something
There was
different.
some sort of like weird, yeah.
But okay, no, you continue going up, and at the end of the day, you kind of come into a bit of more like a kind of inland kind of part. Maybe I'll try to find a good map. I don't want to give you just like the maps that are like very GM focused with like location stuff. But maybe I'll see if I find a nice art one at some point for next session. But you kind of come across more of like an inlet going in where you have a bit of more shelter from the storm. So it's not bad. It's not bad. You
Make sure to mark it on my map.
exactly mark this place. And yeah, at the end of the day, you traveled quite fast now. You're about like 100 miles from the north of Hazi's village, and it is certainly now not even imperceptibly. You could notice that the compass is now pointing northeast. Still more north, like northeast, but still noticeable.
Okay. Northeast, yeah, gotcha.
Oh, northwest. Sorry, northwest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Does it
I was
change
like
from
northeast. I was like northeast doesn't make sense. Northwest.
Directions
Exactly.
are so difficult. Huh?
We're heading like northeast and it's heading further northeast away from us.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. No. Now it's like
It's
decently-
running away.
Now it's very noticeably northwest, like maybe like this sort of kind of point, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, and you spend another day camped out, just headed continuing
Not
up
a
the
day,
coastline.
not a
in the
dollar.
morning.
Yep.
Is there a point where you're like, what point do you, if you imagine going all like around the coastline, just so maybe I can like skip through the days a little bit, how far would you say you're going?
If we get to a place where it's pointing straight west and we know that it's still a lot north and potentially west, right? Like basically once we know kind of we've reached a point where going north isn't beneficial towards tracking this thing.
Sure, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
basically it's
we-
straight west.
So
As a
we
com-
know that it's only towards the sea at that point.
Yeah, we want kind of to pinpoint the location of the thing that we're tracking, right?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
right.
But
Because we can
eventually,
have like,
if we
okay,
get out
here's
of
this
the-
marker on the map, and we have this marker north map, and they tied together. We know roughly it's
Yeah,
in
exactly.
this area of the sea.
Yeah, so we
Eventually,
know.
if we got out of the eye's
that-
reach, right, we could just go north faster and then
Yeah,
maybe skip some
Out of
time.
the eyes beach.
yeah, and of course, if there's
Eventually.
like
The Southern Lands, man. It's all the eyes beach. That's why it's called the Southern
Right.
Lands.
if there's
You're
anything
missing.
interesting on
Okay,
the
then-
coast, like maybe a town or something.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, okay. In that case, I'm gonna roll
Like-
another chance trying to count in like the play know how roughly how long it will take. So let's see.
Mhm.
It's another chance.
Again.
Josh again with the D20. And you see a wave, very familiar. It's been so long since encountering you in such a dangerous area of the world. I think that's high enough.
Nani?
Okay.
Uh,
Now I need
Greater
to-
than 50% chance.
Yeah. When you happen to for sure around here, like sailing in like right next to the eye, yeah, that's a risky place. I mean, also I'm just saying like the time
Right.
duration I was checking for was actually
Yeah.
quite a while.
You're
So
saying
it's
that the
also like
chance
a-
is 50% of
over
it
this longer
happening
time
over
period.
so many times,
Yeah,
which makes
exactly.
sense.
It's quite a few days.
Well,
oh, man,
fuck.
I need to find something.
At least it's an easy
I don't
one, so
wanna
it's like
die.
jellyfish.
It's like jellyfish. Right? Maybe give
Yeah,
me.
just
Which
a
I
nice
know is
fishing
like
trip.
Crixel's mortal enemy. But
No, that's octopus.
Dude.
What is?
oh right, my bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. What isn't? What isn't is the better answer.
Yeah, everything that lives in the sea can suck my dick. That is why I'm a fisherman. It's not like that I like fishing or whatever. I just like killing the things in the
I
ocean.
feel like Crixel needs to become a lich. That's what should happen.
What? Okay,
So
explain.
that there you don't have to have that fear of death.
Oh.
Is that an archetype? We can
Has there
take
ever been a
Yeah,
Lich Tango's? Is the
There is
question.
technically a
Yeah,
lich
it is
archetype.
Lich
No,
Tango,
it's,
yeah.
it is.
Can I
It
become the
is
first Tango Lich?
Rare
I
and
think
incredibly difficult to meet the criteria.
I would have to become a
First,
wizard
should be
first, right?
difficult.
Spellcaster of some kind.
Let me look
surely?
at the prerequisites. I was looking earlier and I couldn't remember. What is the requirements? Since I know we're never going to do it.
You can do it.
Hey man, I have these archetype feat slots. Might as well.
Mhm.
You know?
Right.
Okay, prerequisites: expert in crafting, living creature,
Hey,
ability
I'm
to
already
cast
that.
6th level or higher spells from spell
Oh.
slots,
Get that one.
completed ritual to become a lich, and
That's
crafted
the
a
hard
soul
one. That's
cage.
better DM. It's just like you can be in.
Yeah, where what is the ritual? I think it's described somewhere.
I'm already an expert level crafter, so I got that now.
A mispronounced word or flaw in the construction of your soul cage would end not in immortality but ignominious death.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
And it is technically a feat level 12. So yeah, we're always
Yeah.
Okay, let me find a map.
Maybe just like duelist or something, you know? Maybe I'll give it
You're in the open ocean.
I'm leaning towards scout.
It's
This actually works really well with
Rouge.
yep. Particularly the type of rogue that I want to that I'm
What
playing.
kind of song is currently playing?
kind of song.
'Cause
It's like
Age of Salt. Wait, no, Sail.
Sail.
yeah, because
Sail!
I hear some music really silently. I'm not
It's
sure.
very quiet.
It
It is.
Okay, that makes sense.
I can put up some new
I mean,
combat
it's
music.
alright.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's Pokemon?
This is when you just we're at sea. It's pirates, right? Like, is there any other kind of pirate? Like, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is kind of how it's going to be.
Yeah, just like we have pirates at
This
home.
right now, this is more tavern to me.
Wild Tavern.
I mean, it's tavern like in a pirate cove or something, right? But like,
Okay,
Yeah.
you want more? You want more heavy metal? Okay, I got you.
just put on Mia's track.
it's a raucous drinking song.
This
so
one
to
might be
speak.
kind of similar to me. This one might be similar to me. I don't know.
We'll see. Black
No, it's just-
Skulls.
wait, I think it gets a bit more crazy in a second.
It's so happy.
It's an Irish pub where we're fighting now.
Basically,
Wait, you know
the
what? This is
good
metal.
game.
One had metal in it.
Okay, it's getting more epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fine.
That's good.
yes, I mean,
Now to find out, does
Okay, let
the
me just. I got to
fight
How
match? the
many of these
music?
things can you fight? Maybe that's too many.
One, definitely.
Wait,
no.
That'd be crazy.
I want them to be weak, so like 10? I don't know.
Yeah,
Infinite
weak
minus one.
And it was like picking off one by one.
no,
I do like critting.
Okay, you
You still
just
somehow get
on
crit though.
part
yeah.
of the day, you guys have to basically take down the sails. This is on the second day. The wind is getting a bit too extreme. You're a little too exposed right now, and you decide you need to take down the sails and basically hunker down for an hour or two, while you basically wait for it to die down a little bit, and then I will. Make some things on a map. So basically, one thing in this time when you're basically there's a little bit of downtime as you are waiting. Do you stay up there, out here? Do you kind of all just like hang out? Like you occasionally get these like hour or two periods where it's not safe enough to sail when you have like a little bit of downtime. So I'm just wondering if you do anything during those periods.
I mean, I assume I'd go down for conversation, maybe a snack.
Exactly, right? Yeah, you got to eat something. You're not really like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But then I go into stealth mode.
Stealth mode. You're like eating a snack, so it's quietly in the corner.
So secretly, no one even
sees
notices
you. No one sees
the
you.
crunchy of the saltine cracker.
I mean, maybe
Saw the hand
we
right
could be discussing if there's like still smart to continue.
Oh yes, as you're having that discussion, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make?
And
It
then
jinxed
we
us.
decide it is, I guess.
I need to
like-
remove the plus 20 feet, huh?
I do love the moving water.
How do I do that?
When I can put lightning on? Oh yeah.
There it is.
Could add lightning in the vein.
It's so immersive.
Ooh.
And you are, you're all kind of down there at the,
The
on the end of the boat, where it's very hard to see because of, what's it called? Because of the word speeds. Because I think that you start to hear something at the side of the ship, and you're kind of like over there, like kind of peering out. Here, the ship, the ship is like pretty big now. So I'm gonna say, the ship is like maybe how high is like a normal height? A ship that a boat like this would be off the water, like 10, 15 feet or something like that, probably. No, maybe like 10 feet.
That's about right.
Yeah, sound about right. Let's say your boat is 10 feet off the ground. When
That's great.
off the ground, off the water, when you start
Floating.
to hear almost like, as you know, no, of course, I'll put this in what you see. You see both of you like on one side, maybe you see it in Johnny, the other side, and we roll initiative, as you see like a hook basically get thrown onto like the deck from like, almost the water itself.
Holy shit.
Uh,
Underwater marauders?
Underwater marauders, it seems to be the case. So like one kind of like clinks and like kind of locks in here, one kind of clinks and locks in here, and then everybody give me a initiative checks.
Nada encounter.
There you go.
No, I didn't count. Oh, I started it. What? Oh no, I started 3 of them. What? I can start multiple counters at once. What the fuck? Well, I can't even do that.
Well, it
What's happening now?
is disappearing.
Hey, you don't see it?
I do now.
it-
Yeah.
Oh,
It was kind of disappearing.
God.
and
Yeah, I was kind of coming in and out for a second there.
This guy is next to us, so they can both climb up
Damn.
and saying yes.
I'm rolling well on initiative in this campaign.
Oh, Nate and Johnny though.
Oh man, I'm fast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you guys beat fast though. Nice.
Into the fray.
It's you hear like you see like
Fire,
the
oh.
hooks kind of go over the side, and you're immediately like, nah, fuck that.
This
Johnny,
is what I've been afraid of.
Oh, music stopped for me.
You don't hear the new music, Joe Josh?
No, it just stopped.
You don't hear the new one? What?
No, I hear nothing. There's
Everyone else
no...
is. Tom
It doesn't
Petey,
even
right?
show music is playing for me.
Maybe
Oh, you're
we
missing
should-
out, man.
What a shame.
Maybe we fresh
And
down. If you're missing out.
fun
You're
one.
missing out. You gotta be fresh.
So which
Okay,
is the
Johnny,
worst for me.
try to focus. It's your turn. You see,
Because
like,
refreshing on the EU server is for whatever reason.
Good time.
Cowabunga, baby.
They are in the water right now.
Yeah,
these
there's
things,
some-
or have they
Yeah,
started
you
climbing
can't
up? Or...
technically see them, sorry. Like you kind of hear them splashing out below, but you see like the hook kind of get thrown over,
Okay, so I just get to the edge of the ship and I like look down.
and you see these like things kind of looking back at you.
Are they still like in the water or out already?
Like they have like what like the one that you would imagine like thrown it has like one of them has like the hand on like the rope, like basically ready to climb up.
Can I just say what this
Alright.
reminds me of?
They are in
The song.
This is what the other one looks like. Yeah.
It's like a beachgoers version of the Teen Titans theme song.
Oh.
I don't know the Teen Titans.
What's that?
Mine
This,
is old.
it's like a. There's also like this obstacle course show, right? With this kind of theme song to it.
Oh, that
Wipeout?
feels familiar.
Wipeout, yeah. It kind of sounds like Wipeout to me.
Johnny, what are you doing?
Okay, a little bit.
I think I'm just gonna do an AoE spout to hit both of them. I'm assuming they're both like in the a 5-foot burst.
Yes, they are. You would have realized that I think Wait, oh no, wait. You can target 5 of us anywhere, right?
If it's
Yeah,
I can no a burst if it's centered in the water.
Okay, cool. No, but what I mean is you can do it in such a way that it doesn't hit the ship, right?
Oh yeah,
The
that
ship-
should be able to. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You can see it behind
Right.
both of them. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. But beam, but bam. Which would be the type of burst like here, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's easy enough.
And then bam.
Bam!
Oh my god.
Min 2 on a
Min
GD.
damage, boys.
Saves. Oh, but we have 1 crit fail and 1 fail. Holy shit, the spell coming clutch. Jolly,
Alright,
very
alright.
brave, running right to combat,
Just-
fighting in your native element. Have a hero. Gotta get some of them out of there. Alright, so this one crit fails, so it took double damage? Okay, yeah, I mean, this one gets, like, heavily blasted by water. Everyone takes a bit. Nate, your turn. Let's see if Mihal's music starts, okay.
Which would give me also the geomancer thingy for
Give it a
speed for water.
I hear it.
Oh, you heard it?
I don't
I
hear anything.
mean, I'd imagine I wouldn't have my pike
Oh,
equipped
I hear.
while. So I guess I'll need to use one action to.
Take it off your path.
Yeah. And then I'll attack. Let's see, this guy that.
This guy is like they're still on the like down below the ship level. They're not like on the ship yet. They're like still like
Oh,
getting ready.
yeah, okay, makes sense. Is there any one of them that I can reach?
If you like, I'd say like you can. Man, from this point of view, I think technically like you could stand in like this square. I'm gonna say you can stand in it and then like kind of stab down probably. But from where you are now, no, within reach.
But I do see them, right? There are.
You know there's like movement down there. You can hear like the splashing, and you saw like the hook get thrown over. So you can basically infer that there are creatures like right below.
Okay, so I guess if I move here, I'm still on the ship, or.
Yeah, I'll say you're like leaning over the edge, basically.
Okay, so I guess I'll move over here and then try to attack the guy below.
Stab down with your pike at them.
Yeah.
Oh, +1 striking, insane. That's a hit.
Nice.
Oh, I have lots of dice.
Oh my god, 21 damage? Jesus fuck. Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
just like, it's immediately like it's a bad stab through it, and it's very hurt, clearly.
That's my turn then, I guess.
Pretty damn nice.
Get off my
How
ship,
many,
bastards.
did they throw 4 hooks over, or like 1 for each?
No, one
Oh god, I'm hearing like 3 different types of
All
music.
of
suddenly.
this doesn't stop. That was weird. That doesn't happen in the other campaign, right?
Sometimes, but not really.
Is there a way to stop that happening, Jacko?
I don't know.
It just said pause other playlist sounds when Hype Track is playing. Then Hype Track should just automatically end right when player turn is over.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
I don't remember.
This thing that you just lean down to attack. It doesn't know you have an attackable opportunity. It tries to climb up the rope that just threw down. So you do get opportunity if you wish.
I do wish so, yeah.
You wish? Alright, fair. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a bad choice.
See if you just murder him before he gets on there.
Oof.
Oh.
But you miss.
Oh.
And I mean, it's super easy athletic. They threw a rope. Yeah, easy enough. They just like hold themselves up, get over here. Let's say they actually get out here. Yeah. And then they. What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? They try to bite you with their jaws. But miss
nice.
badly. And yeah, you get out the way. Then they run over to get Johnny. They don't like you and your pipe. You were scary. This one, the brutish one down here, tries to hold himself up. Sure, their athletics is busted. Yeah, easy enough. Goes aboard the ship here. This one then. They draw a trident.
So many trident enemies.
Which guys love
It
tridents.
is the best weapon, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It is the best weapon.
That's fair.
Yeah, they draw the trident and then try to stab you with it, Johnny, after you splash them with a little bit of water. Very meaning.
Yeah, it was.
You
Yeah,
quick survivor. I don't see you on the
just
back.
looking for the hydration.
But I'm here.
Oh, you're underneath out there?
Oh wait, what? You Altair's here?
Yeah, sorry, try to stab the trident on. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Speaking of, I can't control my token. So
What
refresh.
does this do? Nothing. Okay. Trident. Oh, critically miss! Oh my god, Johnny is insane.
The coral armor, helping greatly.
Exactly.
So I guess I'll be here instead.
What armor do I have on?
Badly injured, barely injured. From here, can I see this guy is still in the water? Or-
No, they're too close to the ship, so
Yeah.
Or maybe
And
say
this-
you could do a thing where you like use an action to kind of like lean over, and then like from there you better see.
Use an action. Nah, I don't have enough actions for that.
Sure.
Okay, I will first try to blast this guy right here. The one on the bottom. CT. See actions. I reroll this. Nah, it's fine. Okay, and then I will use a running reloads to stride and reload at the same time.
Okay, cool.
And then I will strike at the badly injured one with my gun. Oh no, with my sword.
Flanking with Johnny, nice.
Exactly. So there we go. -4.
That's a hit.
Hey, huge. Okay, for 11.
Well, that's enough. Yeah, you cut down this devilish thing.
It's weird ass
Nice,
secretary.
Nice. Good stuff. That's what I shoot you out there.
Okay. Oh, wait.
It's a different vibe, song wise.
Yeah. I always struggle with this.
This
So,
one is time
I guess I can go to this. It's gonna be difficult, huh? No, a second. If I go back one.
Is this 2 steps from hell?
Forgetting.
That's it.
It's not, but it sounds very similar. Yeah. Yeah, I can go there, right? I have 35 movement, so going 25. There.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Johnny is a flanking king.
Exactly. And
Yeah, it's a dank coral reef armor now.
I mean,
right? So he's
technically,
a tank.
were we able to say that we had our weapons drawn or not?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay,
I mean,
that's fair.
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just because it's quick
Yeah,
draw
quick
instead of a
draw,
normal
right?
attack. I just wanted to make sure
Mm.
I was saying the right thing. So I do quick draw my rapier and strike at him.
That's a
26
hit.
flat-footed.
Yeah, it's close, but still a solid. Just a solid strike.
Okay. For 12 damage.
Okay.
And then, fuck it. I'll go for a second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Oof. No, no,
Oof.
That's not going to work.
That's
So
not gonna work.
On the unit.
Jesus.
Okay. This one tries to climb up. And then when the
Oh my God. Limp.
when the backtrack comes back, all of them start playing. You didn't have
Yeah.
this problem, had you?
It's weird.
Might be. Do you have two different modules or something that are conflicting? Because you have Maestro and I don't know.
I have Maestro. Was there a different one? Maybe because I didn't put them in the proper hype track playlist. It needed to be in there, maybe.
Yeah, it should
Yeah,
be
See
in
that
a.
being a problem.
I had to put in like a different playlist and link to that playlist. Okay, this person tries to climb out. Yeah, easily enough. They climb out over here. And they actually move out to be flanking you, Crixel.
They don't
Uno
need the
reverse card.
Uno reverse card. Didn't have time to draw their try no, so instead just tries to bite you.
help. Hmm?
A hit. So yeah, the jaws dig in for just 8 piercing, but you
Nice.
also it hits a little bit of a vein, and you get a little bit of persistent
Oh.
bleed damage.
Ah.
Not a
And you see this creature go into some sort of frenzy, almost in response to seeing the blood.
Whoa.
Blood of
Yeah.
frenzy. The scout guy tries to climb up. Up easy enough. He clambers over to here. Yeah, no wait. No, I guess they come out there actually. And then they. Wait, they have a long spear. They try to. Yeah, they draw a long spear and try to stab at. Yeah, you're not flat-footed from a quick sword. They stab it out. No, they just stab at Johnny. Johnny hit them with a little water blast. I'd baby booted them. Oh, but Johnny's a tank. Only that one's that 2 against Johnny.
What's your AC now, Tom?
21.
No.
I had a quick sword.
I realized the other thing this reminds me of. It's almost straight from Monster Prom, the game.
Monster Prom. Never heard of it.
The Jesse Cox, Crendor, Dodger game.
Oh. I know those people.
Yeah, I know those people. That's good.
I will cast
It's like a
this
visual
guy.
Like a
novel
dating sim or something?
type thing.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
this thing.
Looks like that.
Aqueous Blast.
Aqueous Blast.
Blast.
Oh, of course, was my buff. You have that +1. Insane. So
Attack.
No. That's a hit.
Bam.
Just fucking
Nice.
fires water at this guy. 9 damage. To the one right in front of you, right? So I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Targets.
bad.
And
Yeah.
second one.
That's another hit.
Nice.
It does have a minus with its multiple attack, but yeah, still a hit. Another 12. Oh yeah, you just blasted one to pieces. You just like blown off the back of the ship and this water like slammed into it. Nice.
Very
nice.
cool.
So, let's go down. The actions.
Good shit. Let me try to I'm gonna change
Oh,
my
yeah, sure,
name
sure.
music is from. Let's see if now that works properly.
That did.
I can move here, right? I mean, I'll move like that around so I don't get attacked.
Yeah, I mean, you decide what squares we can stand in. But I guess you can stand there for this use like just the same as where you're standing now, but on the other side.
Yeah.
I guess,
So
like,
I got the
Yeah.
flank on the dude.
The flying train. It cometh.
Did I somehow miss what happened to the
Johnny
One with the
blasted off the side by throwing the
Oh.
water with it.
nice?
But
Well,
Rip already
damn.
knows.
And then I'll
Balancing
the guy in the middle.
the 4-way.
This poor guy. That's a hit. 2 after double 8. Okay, okay, solid damage, solid damage.
Oh.
How much of it?
Yeah, just do the same thing again. Oh,
Ooh, that was a
Afraid, not
14.
afraid,
We all
not-
saw that.
yeah. Okay, my turn was.
Again,
it,
it-
oh, but that time it was just.
I don't
Tom,
hear
so
everyone.
it's
The only one I hear is it's always Tom's.
Yeah, I think it's because he's first initiative.
Oh, so maybe when I rolled the initiative, it accidentally started that. Ah, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to get it working at some point. I mean, you're being flanked.
By everyone.
So it attacks you, Crixil.
Alright. Ooh, nice animation.
Say hit.
Bit of a hit, okay.
He's fine.
2 hits, no crits. This is nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing, it's nothing. You do have the bleed doesn't stack, but this one it also seems to take great pleasure in the bleed, like kind of spinning out a little bit again.
Hmm.
And there's a little bit of a blood frenzy. Wait, you didn't take the damage. You
I
did?
don't know the damage.
Oh, then I didn't say it's 12 damage, my bad.
No damage.
But you're still being flat-footed. And you're flanked in it. They, I mean, they can't step anywhere where they're not getting flanked. They're not in a great position. So they gotta take their way out, and there's one person in the way. They try to claw you? Yeah, they try to claw you with the free hand. Critical miss! I used the hero point.
Alright.
No,
Once
and
the
then they
animation
try
will
again.
load.
They seem pretty frenzied right now.
Okay.
Sorry, let me click claw again. Oh, that's a
Critical
nat
hit.
20. Holy shit.
Fuck
A
off!
nat 20 on the third attack. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Stop being
Their
rewarded.
frenzy. 28 slashing damage.
Oh my god.
I'm down.
Amazing,
Well, I was so
amazing.
close to one combat. Surviving one combat.
Pretty close, you're pretty close. But that is a full
There,
turn.
there
Your
was one.
initiative changes before them.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
take that damage.
Every session.
At least one.
Outside, your turn.
And Johnny doesn't even have any dirt.
Right, you were screwed.
Or
What's that
balloons.
dirt? I have a pouch of dirt with
I
me.
could've
Yeah,
drawn
what do you think you guys in those pouches?
It's
You
the funny
son of
ending.
a bitch! And then
Funny that clip, you know.
I go for my my once like this my character trait specific back of the neck.
Back in the neck.
Mhm.
Wait,
It's a weak
look,
spot.
I was hoping, I was planning on pushing this guy off the ship. Please,
Oh,
someone
come
do it.
on!
You know, that's actually a hit with the flat-footed from
Look at that.
Johnny.
Oh, and apparently blood frenzy gives them.
Yeah, Blood Frenzy also does.
Nice.
Okay. React, there we see. Okay, okay.
For
You
14.
did have to see that it also seemed to bolster them with some false confidence. It had a little bit of temp HP from the Blood Frenzy.
Okay.
But you take out that all that. At least.
All right. Well,
No?
I'll try again. Come on, high roll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's another hit.
Okay.
Oh,
For 15.
Okay, nice, nice. They're still up.
Oh my god, motherfucker. All right, I will do a quick draw
Mhm.
and try to hit him because I think he's probably close to death with my sickle.
Draw the sickle. Nice, nice. No, don't
Ah.
afraid.
Yeah.
You were
Sadly.
just too many attacks. Too short time.
Yep.
On that 20 hit. Okay. Okay, that time it worked. Yeah, it's only Johnny who's messing with it. This also because I started it in the first week. This one runs on down to here. And then try to bite you out here.
Okay, I will uncanny dodge the first attack.
Okay, sure.
Nimble
sure.
dodge, that's the one.
Of course, you have 2 AC extra. Ah, yes,
Nice.
easily dodge out the way. Then it tries with one claw. Does hit with the claw. Just makes contact. For 14 slashing damage. A lot of fury behind them right about now.
God damn, yeah.
Johnny. What the fuck are you?
Well, I see Quicksil there,
Yeah.
as usual.
I'm just like the make-or-wish kid, just along for the ride, you know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, do I actually heal there?
Why the fuck don't you have armor so out of interest?
I have leather armor, no?
And then I
You're
will.
wearing it, man! It's just on your sheet. It's not giving you AC.
Oh. Whoops.
It's like I've got it in my backpack. Why isn't it helping?
Guidance for Nate.
Alright, let me quickly equip that bad boy.
Oh my god,
You never
Quicksil.
worn your armor. Oh, this mate.
Oops. Was it like session 11? It's 10? Yeah. Now, I'm never gonna get crit again now.
Oh man.
I mean, no, it doesn't help because Ian keeps rolling 20s against you anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Well,
might
yeah.
you know the armor to get damaged. Put it away. Right.
Um,
You get it back.
Yeah, he gets healed for 11 and then, yeah, guidance to an 8. That's
Beautiful,
okay.
beautiful guidance on Nate. Great.
Yeah.
Nate.
Okay, so there's like no idea flanking thingy.
Well, now you're flanking again because I'm
Yeah,
awake.
Crusoe is back helping out.
yeah.
Good work, Crusoe.
I could.
What I do?
So I'll just smack the guy in front of me.
Just kill that guy, sure.
Fuck him up.
Oh,
That's a hit still.
that's a hit. Thanks to that.
Oh, and it's enough. You stab them through and they fall to the ground.
Cool. And then if I move behind behind Altair.
There would be a little bit of cover from
Right.
out there. It would be
Yeah, so that's -1, right?
yeah, but it would be fine. So it would be minus. Yeah, it would
Oh,
still.
wow.
Be nice.
Okay, I'll
Just
move
kind
there.
of stab past Altair's face. Yeah.
And if I mean, does hitting another person count as hitting an object? I guess not, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what this is for, but I'm pretty sure no.
Basically, I have the shove upgrade. The what's it called?
Proof shove.
Powerful shove.
Mhm.
It's a British shove upgrade. So if I
Okay.
shove something and it hits an object, it
okay.
takes damage.
But then, yeah, I actually got about it. But they can always choose to become flat-footed instead, right? And then they don't get shoved instead. Or if it's like the creature is flat-footed. Oh no, am I thinking something weird? No, I'm thinking of a different thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you-
but I'd imagine that it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So just a normal strike.
Strike. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a hit.
The
Oh no, it's not.
flat-footed?
This isn't counting in the AC. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the Altier just knocks your weapon off course. You know.
Fucking out there.
Good enough. I mean,
So
it was
it's
good.
basically a 16 flat-footed, and
Oh,
that's not a
I-
hit.
Forgot to use guidance.
But yeah,
That's
16
why.
is not a hit. Yeah. So flat foot,
Okay.
16 flat foot, not a hit. Yes. Oh, you know, you didn't use. Oh, if you had used guidance.
Oh no.
Very need for
Right, I will.
fine.
Some lying, no weapons. Oh yeah, I will just grab both my weapons and aim it at the back of this guy and shoot a pistol shot. I'll say like, "This is our ship," and try to just kill him.
Beautiful. This is our ship scroll.
Come on.
I mean,
It's not flat-footed, right? Because it's.
flat-footed, but this is a range thing. So then it still hits by 0.
You
So
know
it's
what?
a hit.
I'll take it.
I mean, I would take it. What do you mean? You know what? I'll take it. Definitely
I
take it, man.
just want to crit, man.
Oh, I mean.
Alright, that's all I got.
Wait, you picked it up shot, right? Shouldn't you have?
No, I had to pick
He
up the
picked up
sword as
both
well to
weapons.
get an
Oh,
advantage.
because
of
otherwise he
the
doesn't have the
striking.
striking on the
One
gun.
bleeding damage. And give me a recovery check.
I got the music.
Oh God, Tom's
God.
song
It's-
is just.
Oh, wait.
It wants to be a part of everything.
Right? I kind of like. Okay, you're
As it
still
should
bleeding pretty badly. Oh damn.
Alrighty.
So
Stabby,
ominous,
stabby,
the
necky,
intro of
necky.
this song.
I
Go
know.
ahead. Okay. Outside's an ominous guy.
Apparently.
Ooh, that's a crit.
There we go.
Oh.
Come
Again
on,
with the
give me
blood
some
frenzy.
big damage rolls. I'll take it.
34, damn, that's pretty big. Yeah. Stab it through the back. It keeps on
Oh,
going.
The guy's still up.
Yeah, oh yeah. This one had barely even touched before.
Wow. I thought he said
Wow.
badly injured before, and so he's still badly injured.
No,
No,
No, he was.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
this
was
was-
uninjured.
God damn.
And he had a lot of temp HP just chunked through.
Yep. So I mean, yeah. So go again, right?
Alright.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was going to finish him.
And you were like, what do I do now?
Oh, so close.
Oh, that for sure isn't.
Off the 3 to the 16. Hey, it's a miss, not a critical miss.
Fucking show it him. It's true.
So do I roll with a +1
Oof,
or a +3, but way less damage?
What happened to the. Just like
Let's
trip
go.
him or something.
That's right. It'd be the same. Like it would be such a low roll.
I get that assurance, you know. Who you know?
Oh.
Oh my god, it's a hit.
Reward.
Okay.
Rewarded. Oh my god, for no 15.
There we go,
Yeah, okay,
15.
still up, but you are like.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're not enjoying this at all, and they're so unenjoying this that they take a fire and bite out at you in anger. You want to
Yeah, definitely. First attack always.
first attack always.
Oh. Never say
still a hit,
always.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
14 piercing again.
Okay. Two 14s is it? That's a lot.
Then it
That's
steps-
over
Yeah.
2/3.
Steps to here and
Mhm.
claws a trick, so get down.
Don't you tell you motherfucker!
You motherfucker.
Yeah, you're flanking. You're too much. They're intelligent. Get down, the guy. Get down. He's on the ground. Get down. Not my fault. They're smart.
Get the guy on
It's
healing, you know.
It's you for 16. I mean, we could take that out. I actually should have done that. Up and down. Yeah,
Dying to.
dying 2 exactly. Your initiative's changes after our tear. Doesn't really matter.
The hero point for attacking when I got.
Yeah, you can have a hero point for getting knocked down. I only give you hero points for getting knocked out. That'd be good.
But only when he gets back up again, because then it's the whole song. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
Get
He never
Never gonna
gonna
get me
down.
then.
get off our
that
ship, I say.
Get off the ship. Ooh, get off the ship indeed.
You guys are-
Oh, I thought they rolled a save.
One day these will work.
Exactly, you need
Zero hero
points.
point,
Roll and
man.
keep the...
Yeah, I gave you one earlier as well, so you have 2, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, yes, there you
Oh, that's the
go.
hit.
Yeah. It pushed.
Ooh.
Oh.
11 damage. Oh, so we get to live for another day, lucky guy.
Well, it takes 26 falling damage, right? Or no?
Into water? I'm afraid not.
Hmm. It's
Yeah,
above
gets
water.
pushed off though. 5 feet, yeah, splush! Lands in the water.
Look
Are
at
you guys familiar? I just thought of like something that I want to do. I won't, but I want to at some point. Are you guys familiar with like the meme of Scott Sterling,
Yeah.
like on the volleyball or
That's the
soccer
volleyball
thing?
one, Yeah.
Is that's what we should do with Crixel? We use Crixel
You just hold
unconscious
it up
to
and
knock
the
someone
Crixel
out.
in.
Exactly.
like the sword's coming, lift up the body, lift up the body.
Exactly.
That's very
Or it's
mean,
like
okay.
we attack the enemy with Crixel.
Okay, at least that's still useful, yeah.
That's useful.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you guide? Sorry? You guidance.
Crixel. You've gotten to Crixel.
Quicksilver needs. Yeah. Nate.
I have enough of this shit. I'll charge. Charge move there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like now just like landed. It just landed in the water, basically. You know,
Yeah.
just splashing in.
and I'll attack, and I'll use guidance for.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful.
Damn, do I have to turn it on?
Does guidance last that long?
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it can last for.
yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh,
What duration until the start of your next turn? So it didn't
oh,
run out late, I'm
that's
afraid.
that.
Forgot to use it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
just
Oh
have to hit
damn,
it.
I removed the immunity.
You silly
Oh.
person.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just attack this.
Oh,
Ooh.
even due to its blood frenzy, we finally took it out in the end. It clearly was not meant to live through this. And that is enough as you just stab down and it goes
Oh,
limp in the water.
finally. The bastard.
Nice.
Exactly. We do need action initiative because Quixel, 92.
The monk card.
Yeah.
Got anything out there, or should I roll the recovery?
Josh, do you have anything to help out Quixel?
Uh,
You look
the
at
it's more of the I'm going to do nothing, which is actually helping him, because if I was to try to help, I would probably kill him.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, but then you take D4 damage in your turn, Quixel.
Oh, that's true.
So you take 3 damage, so you go back down to dying.
2.
3, 2.
And you get crit when
No,
you
but I
go
succeeded, right?
Yeah, so you
Oh.
go back to dungeon and you.
No, I didn't
crit
get
with
crit. No, I
Oh,
didn't.
you didn't. No, it does it first. Yeah.
So I was
that's
wounded
it.
one,
Yeah,
then
you
went
no,
dying
you're
2,
right,
but then I recovered, and then yeah.
Yes. And now to 92 still. Yeah, you
Uh,
see, he's still bleeding out over there, though, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a heal.
Okay, no messing about. A little bit of a heal.
No messing about. Second level, which is
Oh, big healing, big healing.
Thank you.
try to get your bloom. I don't know. Are we doing still be initiative or
No, we can.
probably not, right? Because I can
no,
just
the persistent damage is low
help
enough
him with the persistent.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, I will act on initiative. I guess maybe to do a couple of extra flat checks, but I guess you can do like one at least clicks on your turn before to see if it would go out or if you take any more damage. Ah,
Hey.
perfect. So you manage to staunch the flow on your turn. Perfect.
Nice.
And you are it's still got the rain and the thunder, but now some dead things on your ship at will.
One day,
Yes.
Crixel. One day.
You know what will help? I will go downstairs and wear my armor.
Yes. I think it's a good
you
call.
were,
It restricts the wings when I'm swimming, but it will be worth it, I guess.
oh, you were just taking it easy on them all this time. That's
I activated
yourself
He
her.
just like starts dropping weights off his body.
This is the last time.
Full Goku.
Goku, indeed. Okay, yeah. You
Or
go
you
Shove the
guy
bodies
from
of
Naruto.
the
just shove
Rock
the bodies
Lee.
off.
Lee?
Rock Lee, yeah.
we recognize these things that were attacking
I wanted
us.
to say Spike, but that was not
You
right.
can do
Wrong enemy.
you can do a law sailing check. You can do a law
I meant
ocean
Spike
check
Lee.
or a society check.
Sorry? Spike?
Spike Lee,
Spike Lee.
Yeah.
director,
Yeah.
massive New York Knicks fan.
I thought you meant Spike from Cowboy People.
No.
Did anyone give me a one side?
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Somebody asked if you can know what these things were, and if you do, you can use law ocean or law sailing or
Yeah.
law.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Done my
seven.
little ocean.
Oh my god, Nate, you only rolled at 20s on knowing creatures in the ocean, so. You've a lot of stories in your lifetime. You've seen these things a plenty. You've hauled them off decks before, plenty of times. These are known as sea devils, is what people call them. Not devils. Not actually devils, like in terms of fiends. It's just what people call them. They are these basically just kind of horrible amphibians, like humanoids, who kind of lurk all around like the oceans in Galaria and kind of little coastal regions. They are intelligent. They have their own, like cities and everything like that. They but they are just kind of like these kind of evil little fucks who kind of often like attack little defenseless fishing villages. It's unusual for them to attack a ship like this. Maybe it's because there is not very much prey around here. You kind of think maybe they are wanting, but they are just very hierarchical. These are
Are,
probably some like the lower down ones in society, probably actually.
are they in any way related to like lizard folk, maybe?
No, no. I mean, they're both kind of humanoids who adapted to live in watery areas. But beyond that, not particularly. You're not aware of any sort of like civilization or culture cross.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nice.
Mhm.
Guys, so yeah, these are sea devils. They're nasty little buggers. Attacking villagers and so on.
Will
Oh.
more
Apparently,
come?
they have a taste for a bird.
Everything does.
I mean,
Yeah,
it looks
quite
like-
tasty.
Uh,
Should
Are
we
they?
be worried? Are
Sure.
more coming?
I sure as hell hope not. And I look over and again, I know that you were in way worse shape, but I'm now like still bleeding.
Quite bad.
I also take like my pike and will examine it as well.
Ah, what the hell?
See you later, nerds.
So what happened? I was on a
Yeah.
different.
Crixel's taking the boat and leaving us
Whoa.
Stop
behind.
commandeering the ship.
What? Relax, man. Relax.
That
It's still in the ocean. I don't know you can say without being a ship.
that voodoo thingy that the guys did on my pike is kind of working wonders. I'm really doing work, if I say
Yeah.
so myself.
It makes quite the difference.
This gun is shiny, but I haven't noticed much effect.
I mean, I mean no offense by this, and you know that because we are friends. But it does seem to actually do a little bit more damage.
It does? You are closer.
Yeah, you're very far away. It's hard to see it first hand.
What?
Yeah, so this happens, midway through the second day after, the other days. I don't know how many it's been right now. I'll calculate it later. At this point, I think it's 4 days, so since you are kind of with North Hazi village. At this point, just so you know, you've gone quite far, kind of like east and kind of like around the coastline at this point. It's now more like kind of this, the compass pointing, just so you know.
Okay, almost there.
East?
Yeah,
Almost
east,
west.
like this is sort of the
Oh.
apple, so it's making. No, west.
Oh, okay.
Right, so the other direction. Your
heading
camera's
east. You were heading east. Okay, this way.
I was kind of
Yeah,
worried
and now I'm pointing.
we fell
Okay,
into
yeah,
some,
yeah.
hellhole.
This is
So
right.
like, you think you'll probably need maybe, I don't know, another 50, 100 miles or something, and then you're fairly confident if it's the way it's going, you'll probably be
Gotcha.
around there.
Okay.
But yeah, that was
So
on the
it
second.
looks like it's in the middle of the storm.
It's yeah, like at this point you spent days kind of watching the storm and like doing it. It certainly looks at least that based on how those, if you imagine two lines intercepting, it would be somewhere in like the kind of main hurricane.
On that map, are we basically roughly around where like the S, or not quite on the S and Southern Lands, so we're not that far up the coast?
Which map sorry?
I just dropped it in the Discord.
Okay. The S.
For like Southern Lands.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean,
Not
probably
quite that
not that far. You don't think that far.
Probably a
But,
little
like,
like bump out below.
Something like that. Maybe even a little
Okay.
bit further south, but you're not. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But
cool.
also, like the eye, it does move. Like
Move,
over time.
right.
Like, it's somewhere like in this realm. Yeah, but
Okay.
maybe a bit less than. I would say you're probably more like you see, like roughly where
It's
like
not
that kind
dead
of
center in the eye. We definitely can at least account for that because well, 'cause, again,
no, yeah, not dead center. But it's like kind of
because
you can't
we
really
do,
see
like, a
this side, but it's like 100
Right.
miles away.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But if you're
Like,
assuming the eye
could
was,
do-
but I mean, wait, but on this map I see that the eye is like is further south than the S anyway. But
So the thing we are tracking, it seems it's pretty much in the middle of the storm. Right?
Well, it's yeah, in that
Mm.
area.
So I really don't see us getting there.
No.
So
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
yeah, much bigger. And
Maybe
maybe
underwater.
some-
A sub boat.
I haven't seen much of this.
We'll
Uh,
start making some
and-
designs.
Nice. Have you seen them?
They
What
exist?
That look like?
Oh. No, I haven't. I thought this was my creation.
no, it's giving you ideas. Huh?
Well, I'm rooting for you.
Don't know if wood will work, but I'll try.
But in the meantime, maybe we should just, you know, figure out another goal. For now, might be a while before we can reach the thing that we're.
That is Altair's quick math version of where I roughly think the storm is. And this.
Ah, interesting.
You got
What's nervous?
target.
You got him in my sights.
Exactly. Which is basically all to say, we ain't getting there
Yeah, we're just fucked.
until we have submarine tech.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
was gonna say,
calculating that.
the hurricane is not in the same position it is on this map. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's-
it's
and that's
somewhere
fair.
in. Yeah. But yeah, so you that's a fairly fucking confident guess of where, like, you know, the compass using it pointing you for sure. Like that,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm not so much paying attention on what the eye of the
Exactly.
eye of the eye is.
Yeah. But you're confident it's like certainly like, you know, near the center.
It's firmly in the danger zone of the eye,
for
though.
sure.
In the literally rips giant ships to shreds
Yeah.
part.
It's interesting touch. Like maybe you've heard stories with Nate, you know, about the others, you know, a nice little flavor about the eye. Is, you know, people. It's like such an of interest that people, like, you know, have actually, maybe this would be fairly relevant. Maybe you'd be slightly interested in it. That people have also always tried to divination magic to see what in the center of the eye, and then basically, you know, just like, you know, no one's sure how, but, you know, maybe like a mile to across, of just like, you know, complete dead silence, but just with, like, you know, the wreckage of like hundreds and hundreds of ships, you know, just like all there. It's kind of fucking nuts.
Mhm.
But yeah, so this is the, like, you know, 4 days after you've done that, and yeah, at this point you're fairly confident that, you know, it is at least somewhere in the center of like this basically area of water, the Bendigo Ocean.
All right, so now we just continue to Absalom, right?
Sure.
Might as well. Join the Pathfinders. Woo!
You find this lighthouse.
It's only
Fall
like-
into the lighthouse. Which,
It's only what,
that's why you have to play your domination rules twice.
6
As you-
months travel.
Yeah.
You find this lovely little fishing village. named Atari,
Not
and,
Atari. No.
no, I've been there before.
Where at?
Oh, it's the other campaign Jack who plays it.
Abomination
Yeah,
Bolts, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so
no?
I guess we should discuss it, right? Like, I'll be like,
Yeah, we're gonna go
So-
back from you discuss what you're gonna do.
the Algolthu hides in the storm, so cannot go there. The lizards are safe for now, but we should mention to them to come south. Other than that, we do not.
We are rudderless in terms of where we should go next.
So either perhaps Port Peril, there are many jobs for us there, or we go explore this trading route.
I knew that was coming,
It is interesting.
and I am not
and
against it.
Big bounty.
It does not have a great deal of interest for me, but I'm not against.
Johnny is heartbroken because we are moving away
And maybe
from
we
that.
can finagle that so that Ian would agree that that could be considered archetype for scouting. You know,
Sure. Hell yeah.
There was this trade route again.
I mean, it's kind of vague.
The-
They wanted to establish
Yeah.
a trade route from Port Barrel to like eastern shores
Basically,
that
just
are
go through
unexplored.
the east. Because I was thinking on that map, where is? Oh, you can't even probably see Port Peril from my screenshot of the map.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. What? I mean, I guess Port Barrow is somewhere in the Shackles, so going east to somewhere. Not sure where to.
Yeah.
I mean, because
So it's probably in between or close to either Blood Cove or Nantambu.
yeah.
I'm not meant to know this much about the world, but looking at the map.
True. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No,
Just
guess
where
I'm-
we're going next, and
Okay.
Crixel suggesting again.
Well, I've like made
to-
up places anyway, so you can use them as if you like, but stuff won't be where you could.
No, that's fine, and that's why, like, when I'm saying like it's towards this or this, I'm just saying like
Yeah, no.
that on this
Very
map, like
large scale,
general, very
Yeah.
generalized.
I should try to
nothing
make. I'm gonna
specific.
try to see if I can find like a more player sort of focus one about names or some shit, so we can use like the Shackles one, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, yeah. Okay, so what?
But I guess
what-
that's the question: is like, did we get the sense from that job posting, right, for the helping them get the trade route? How far to the east, roughly, is it?
That wasn't like an actual job posting you saw. It was like people kind of talking about it at
Oh,
the,
that's right.
the
Just
place
talking
you had
about it.
overheard exactly. Yeah, so you're unsure how far really. You Crixel tried to get more detail, but they told them to fuck off basically.
Yeah,
I remember people like
very
that.
rude.
So rude to Tengu, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Yeah.
for good luck.
But
By absorbing all the bad.
it sounded like it was pretty far away, like
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
very risky and stuff, unexplored.
I mean,
Sure.
Yeah, we can go do that. I do think we should try to find other arrangements when it comes to harboring the ship.
Sure,
I
yeah.
mean, we need to figure something
Somehow.
out about. I mean, we'll have to tackle this thing one day, so sooner rather than later. Can we maybe visit the city of Neruma while we are going east? So
I think it's a
wherever-
different area
Yeah.
of the world, but and I think we had talked about going to Ruma before because they were under the getting attacked by the lizard folk, but they seem to have pushed them back.
Yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
that's one place we heard of and might be an area of interest. or something.
Maybe it's very far inland, and I'm assuming this trade route is mostly talking about a sea route. So we couldn't really combine it, I don't think.
Maybe, yeah.
So I guess that's I mean, for now, right? We know we're just heading generally back towards Old
Reef.
Salt Reef. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
reef it up.
Other than that, it's like Port Barrow and the trade route, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. It's
Lots
a
of
job
work
posting.
right around there.
And basically, at this point, where we don't have anything specific besides maybe on the way back to Old Salt Reef, do we stop off and just let Hazi know? It's like, hey, we talked to them. They're not fully against like the idea in the long term, but in the short term, probably don't go and try to settle.
I think we
in
definitely
Old Salt
should, but
Reef.
it's
But like,
it's just-
definitely there are spots, to the south, and we could even kind of give them that general marker of like, if you go here, there's like a small abandoned kind of church house area, and there's plenty of land around there that you'd be able to settle inland of that would give you some layer of protection.
good work. It
And so it'll
is
be
like
close enough that
pretty
we can
far.
start doing communication between our groups.
It would add a few days there and back, right, on land. So
You could
I think we
stop
shall
by
save
like the
them.
20 miles from the north, right, that you're planning to walk through, and walk from there to the town.
Yeah.
sure.
And so if we can figure out a route there, I mean, how long is the sailing trip from where we normally would harbor and walk that distance to travel to like the north and head from the north coast
It's
south
like
to
4
the same
days
place?
overland from when you used to dock, and if you walked south
Right.
from here, it'd be like a day instead. You'd be going.
Oh,
south
sure.
from there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Well,
definitely
you're
so
only
worth
20
it.
miles from the coast, right? When you had actually at Halsey Town,
Yep.
you just weren't sure like how to get there from the north, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So we would be doing some pathfinding.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so you want to head back towards Hadzi's town and then head back there. Okay, so it's beginning. It's 4 days journey back there. Oh, and then some more, and then another day to get through there. I could fit in one more combat easily enough.
You could.
What, D4?
Yeah.
We haven't rolled a high number, so it's going to happen. Particularly because it's is that
Nate.
Crixel again? Oh, Nate.
Yeah, of course.
Pixel Nebula, so we'll find out.
I know.
Go with them.
Well, I hadn't rolled since like the first
Aw.
session or something like that, and then I got 2 in a row.
Maybe I should make a fight anyway from the boss.
You can have it be one that we have like plenty of time, like we notice.
Nah, fuck that.
in
I'll do
advance.
one
We
you
can
don't
choose
notice
to
at
take
all.
it.
Nah, no
Oh
way.
God! Damn.
But, you know, maybe
So much
it's
for the
a-
random part of the encounter.
No, right, fine. No one.
You're fine. I don't care.
Just a little one, a little one.
Yeah.
A little quick one, a little quick.
So, the
4
first one was
days
a 10.
time. I have a chance to be fully healed up, right? All of us do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Because like
Yeah,
I'm
first-
not going into that fight with 12 HP. Sorry, guys.
No, not this fight. This fight's crazy. Because I only prepared to fight for this sort of terrain, and if you leave, you might not come back to the terrain. So I gotta use.
Right.
So I gotta use this fight.
Well,
Okay, so
that's
you are. So
understandable.
this is after you are basically you've landed and you're making your way now from what's it called? From the ocean. That you stop the ship, you try to find somewhere safe to do it, so you could quickly go to Hazi and come back, and you're pretty confident that the ship is well protected from the environments. Oh, this doesn't have art associated with it. What the fuck? I paid for that beastly pack and everything. When you potentially have a little encounter, I mean, there's always a chance. I will put you onto a map.
So be just lie about it.
What's that? Yeah, there's no chance of a fight there.
No. I can always tell when I enter a map.
Oh, this is. Is our
Yeah.
trap still there?
No, this is completely different map. Imagine it's rotated. Imagine it's rotated 270 degrees, Jacker.
270 degrees?
Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
Not 90, 270.
Just like this skewed ass perspective.
Was a good song here. How bad?
You also need characters.
Oh yeah, I forget you can't drag yourself. Come on, guys, you're so lazy.
Nope.
Okay.
Guy.
I will say
Alright,
that is
start
kind of
again.
the one thing that Roll20 has.
Yeah,
I don't know if
think
it's an
that makes
advantage
sense.
though.
Yeah, you're walking down south from here. I mean, the south, I guess, as you would be on the path.
Okay.
This is it? Okay, good. I like it.
So being a little bit closer to Old Man.
Sure. You
I'm
happy where you are?
bushwhacking.
Oh, you're like
Sneaky
always in the
deaky.
trees. Always in the trees.
Yep.
Johnny,
And I figured
nothing
if we
to-
wanted to start a little bit further towards the northwest corner, so we have a little bit of room on the map to start. Unless
perfect.
we're towards the middle when you want us to have this.
Well, in case we need to
No,
flee,
this
we
is good.
need some room,
This is
right?
good. This is a good area. This is good.
Okay.
Okay, and we will enter.
Are we the cutthroat crew, or are we fighting the
You're the
cutthroat
cutthroat crew.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
apparently are talking about abandoning
My-
us.
Yeah, you're so cutthroat.
And my throat keeps getting cut, it's true.
It's true. I guess that it does make sense.
Yeah, right. You're so used to it.
I mean, I'm doing stealth.
And
I'm
I
not-
didn't check if this was the right number
God,
of
I rolled
enemies to put
so
on for the
poorly
encounter.
on my initiative.
Maybe I should check
Yeah.
how much XP this is.
I'm actually-
before I just do this, you know.
Is it indie, or are you talking about like a lesser death, like
Nah, I mean, I don't think. I think it's
extreme encounter?
I think this is a reasonable number of enemies.
Lesser death will always be
Oh,
just
maybe
my
this fight's too
go-to
easy. What the fuck?
dangerous, deadly.
Yeah,
encounter
we need
level.
cheat codes to beat it.
Is this fight too easy for you? Ah, whatever. We can do a nice little easy fight. Well, not all fights are hard. Right?
Mhm. Yeah. It's like any
Whatever.
fight against Crixel. It's easy.
Whoa, oh my god. This is
Sorry.
I was like at the start of the last one, I was like, this shit's way too easy. What they're just getting wrecked, and then I just got
They were
crit.
getting wrecked, that's true.
And,
okay, you see.
It helps that they rolled like what 3 nat 1s and 2s against Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, even
I mean,
you.
Because otherwise,
fucking
Johnny
right
might have
away.
been
Yeah,
down, and
I
then we're boned.
You see
Like I
a
literally have a decent chance of getting Johnny up.
Pixel, you're nearest to the enemies, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm actually over here. This thing.
You can put yourself here. You're not in the tree. Oh no, you are what you know it is. Okay, yeah, you have to be in the tree actually.
Hey,
You're even
Sure you, don't
closer
wanna,
now.
sure you don't want to be in this tree.
you wouldn't do that to me, right?
Put yourself wherever you'd be. I'm gonna just move the enemies if you're on the same side anyway. Don't worry about it. Alright,
Come out of this pool right here.
You see a cuff. Man, that pool maybe is a better pool than the big pool, but not too bad. I really picked the big pool. You see things, kind of weird looking things hiding.
Oh damn, they look angry.
They're skeletons.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, they don't have a token, so they don't look like much.
Wow.
They're not on the
Wow.
map. They're just they're there. Never mind.
No, on the map.
I just
You see
couldn't see 'em
some
for a second there.
strange little cats.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny crabs.
Cats?
What?
Tiny little cats. But you
You're
see
gonna make
you see the cat's parent as there is some strange sort of burrowing in the earth. Like kind of you see like the boggy sort of mud sort of move and it kind of get like pushed up and something kind of burrows its way through the ground.
Ugh.
No.
The fuck is that
What the
shit?
fuck is going on with the music? Tom's
Killer
going crazy.
What?
Yeah, a horrible sort of mummified looking figure.
Nasty looking shit.
Nasty looking shit. And it is like underground and almost like comes up, like rises out of the ground in front of you, Nate.
This head pops up, just like, hello there.
Exactly, hey there. Is a horrible sort of aura coming. Can I make this?
Ian, I actually do feel kind of bad about like just moving after you announce where the enemies are. Can I move
Yeah,
back
it
and then you
was
just
tough,
decide
like-
where to we would
But you
attack?
do need to be hidden somewhere, actually, right? Like, you need to be in a tree for you avoid notice. Like, you gotta be...
Yeah, maybe I'll just
like-
not be avoiding noise then, right? Like,
Okay.
it's-
I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
that would
Does that
change my
change-
initiative as well, yeah.
Hold up.
Okay, fine for now, but yeah, I'll repent.
You'll repent
In the
for
future.
cheating. Good. Yeah, so this is a horrible sort of feeling. Yeah. Wait, why is... No, the music
So
now is
far.
not being that weird.
Oh, just when we got all the way there before anyone started.
What's that?
The what is whatever the mummy thing
Oh,
got
the mummy.
this far.
No, that was the first section.
Oh, right.
It
was
burrows through the ground. It's got a little bit of a burrow speed, and then it rises up out of the earth to try to punch you with a kind of rotten hand, Nate.
Oh.
Not public, private. But misses? Man, that feels bad though. Feels really bad. Try to punch you again.
I mean-
What? Double miss?
Cat is
Sorry?
snake. Oh.
Oh, another one.
This cat, hiding here, hiding the trees that nobody saw, pounces on you, Johnny. This just like horrible looking shriveled cat,
Where?
like
What?
runs up
Oh,
and
okay.
jumps on top of you,
Ah,
and tries to
Werewolf
bite you.
cat. Is it like a Siamese cat, or what are we talking?
No, it's like a cat that was like mummified, but looks like not mummified by like probably also like the bog mummy, like like those kind of mummies that form from like people falling in like peat bogs and that kind of stuff. But everyone rolls nat ones against you, Johnny. I don't get it. You're fine, and the cat.
as it
It's still
should be.
invisible.
No, it's over here, right? You
No,
can't see
can't
that?
see
Oh,
those.
sorry. There it is. Meow. What can it do? Oh, it was hidden
Get
for
off
the
me.
attack. It pounced. It runs back over here and tries to hide. Genius.
Use your attack of opportunity.
Nah. Don't have
What
one.
are people's perception?
Even if I did, it is.
Wait, I got this. You're plus 12, you're plus
Plus
9, you're plus 8.
8.
Okay, you all lose sight of the cat as it runs into him. Hides behind the branches. Okay.
okay.
Quicksil.
Um,
No, it should be hidden, not undetected, right?
I will. I'm wearing this leather armor now.
Oh,
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be
then why'd you run away
fine.
like a coward?
I'll run back in, don't you worry.
Okay.
Okay, first I'll take a shot with my gun.
Okay.
And then, motherfucker. Here we go.
That's a hit.
It's only a hit. Was it flat-footed because it didn't see me, maybe?
No, you rolled an 18 for stealth.
Perception DC, you know. Okay, here we go. It is
Okay.
11 damage.
It's
Okay,
not bad. It's not
it's
bad.
pretty good. Probably interesting.
Oh wait, sorry, but as your turn
Oh.
begins, sorry, Jacko. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I wanted to do something else as my turn begins.
Yeah. You get knocked unconscious.
Fuck
That's
you.
not-
You get nothing to go to. No, you begin to feel as if your lungs are actually filling with like horrible sort of marshy water.
Yeah.
Give me a fortitude save.
Oh.
Oh man, I wish I could breathe underwater.
This is dirty water. You would want to breathe this in. But you're okay. You managed to
Okay.
push back the feeling.
That's gross. Could I've moved here first before I shot. Taking the attack of opportunity if it has.
It doesn't have, but sure, you moved there. Well, it doesn't matter if you did that first or after.
Because I've entered the fray, but that's been a first action.
Oh,
anyways.
okay,
I probably keep
sure.
forgetting.
I mean,
Um,
towards. You seen this is towards it? I mean, you went right past
Right.
it.
Well, it is generally towards it for the action.
I'm going
The
towards
very
this
end
one.
of it's not.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
And then I will.
You're like, but this guy's right here. Okay,
Yeah, and then while I'm here, I'll just strike with my short sword and the end there, you know. That's -4.
Nada.
Nada. Do I have anything? I guess I'll try and aid Nate at next attack.
Cool.
Oh. Interesting.
I'm gonna do this.
I mean, me no castle.
Like things. You are better be in this aqueous blast. Get away.
Oh,
Why would you give a tiny creature a sneak attack? How the fuck did this catman do it? It's impossible when you're tiny.
Boom!
I mean, the
Water
pounce
unnoticed,
has it.
right?
Yeah. Ooh, who's this on site?
On the
Eagle
bad
thing.
boy.
Whoa, easy 12 damage. Okay.
Boom.
When you do
Second
another
one.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Damn.
No,
Missed.
unfortunately. But you hit them with a chunk of
Missed.
water.
Yeah, bam, slash his face. He looks like he needs some hydration.
Does Johnny not
Oh
need to
God.
make the save?
Oh yeah, sorry, Johnny, give me the save. Thanks.
Thanks, Jacko.
Actually, that actually
Appreciate
doesn't
it.
matter from the spell casting, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know, all in the day's work.
What can I save? Sorry, what's the
Fortitude
save?
save.
Fortitude.
I think maybe because he's undying, he doesn't need to. But...
Nah, he does.
Oh.
You fail. You are unable to. Yeah, but it's your lungs actually filling. It's not necessarily. It's not the same as like It's just, you still have the lungs, right? So you are unable to breathe. But then I gotta read how do you work. But you can breathe water, but you still need to breathe, right? You can breathe both air and water. You feel as if your lungs were filling with water.
I don't think this works against
Yeah,
me.
I don't think it works again. It doesn't make any sense. So you feel like you're
Yes.
underwater, but luckily you're like, good thing I can breathe.
This feels nice.
Prefer
It's
this,
not very
actually.
nice water. It's very muddy water. Okay, it's not
Okay.
very clean water. Got bits of mummy floating in it,
Ugh.
This cat goes
How
over
does
here,
it
tries.
It's swamps. I don't like swamps.
I'm sure this cat tries to hide over here in the tree, in the grass, long grass. Becomes hidden from view. And then pounces at you quickly.
Unexpected.
No one could have seen it. Pounces on you. So you are flat-footed to the attack. But there was special
Ripperoni?
action. Yeah, Ripperoni. Cat's gonna kick you out. Ooh,
So
it hits you.
hits.
I was expecting crits you.
No, 4. Okay, I need to add on the sneak attack. But 4 piercing damage.
Alright.
And then it runs away again into the boggy undergrowth. You still see it, but it could hide. Yeah, back there. Out there.
Alright.
It's fun fighting with like CR0 creatures, just to see what happens.
Were you debating how many cats we could handle?
Yeah, I was like, should I have 4 or 5? I was like, but I also like narratively the person could have been like crazy how they
Right.
had 3 cats, but like 5 cats? That's kind of crazy.
Cat lady, you know, they get nuts.
Exactly. Oh, you sheep.
I'm just showing that they weren't there because technically,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to, after seeing 2 of my party members like choke on something next to that bog, I'm gonna avoid it
Wait, how
and quick draw a bow.
you should actually see how far the range is. But no,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Well, I figured my turn started and I didn't have to do it,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
was hoping
maybe
that
I
was
just
okay.
forgot though, you know, it's me. I always
That's true. I'd be fine with that as well.
true.
So yeah, I'll do quick draw on the bow
Mm,
and take a shot
cool.
at him.
And okay, you weren't hit it. No, you failed the stuff check. That's it.
Alrighty. For a whopping 3.
Nice.
Need to get upgrade that bow a little bit as well.
Yeah, I definitely need to. And I think I might change target to little cat.
No.
It might have 3 HP. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Hoping they have less, but
Thank you.
22
That's a hit.
for
Ooh.
Wait, the sneak attack. Wait,
I
why
don't-
is it flat-footed?
I just
think
rolled
it's
it
still
naturally.
hidden to it. Wait. Oh.
Oh,
What's his
it's
name?
because it's after me in initiative, and I rolled with
Ah,
stealth, and so
knew?
it is flat-footed to me.
How did
Oh
know
my
that?
God,
Holy
what the
shit,
fuck?
that
How
is
did
so
I didn't know
cool!
you that
That's
rolled?
amazing.
The
That's nice.
technology, it's here.
That's so good.
Yeah, good choice on the catch, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take the hide action.
Beautiful. Yeah, you also take a little hide. But,
So stealthy, right? Okay.
You versus the cats.
Blind GM. I think it's blind GM.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the cat. Okay, so it sinks its hiding very stealthily. So it tries to pounce at you, Quicksilver, while you can't know it's coming. Sadly, you do know it's coming.
I'm still
So
not
it
bad.
runs up.
That
Oh,
case
it
of
doesn't
points.
matter! Bites you. For 4 piercing damage.
You know,
Runs away
this,
again and
This is
hides.
bliss in comparison to any other
Hides
combat.
over here somewhere. You know. Stealth.
Just
Ooh,
sinks
pretty
back into
good.
the
No
wall.
one sees it. I mean, it's still like, you know, not undetected, so I'm not going to hide or saying, but it's pretty well hidden. Nate, your turn. Cats are going crazy.
Start of his turn.
Starting your turn,
Sleeping.
yeah, give me a fort save.
Okay,
crazy.
does the
You'll be
rat
fine.
will help? It says you gain a +1 circumstance saving throw against inhaled rats.
No, this isn't an. Oh, man, you know, I think so. It says advantage when air is hazardous or sparse. Yeah, I think it's in the flavor that it should work here. It's weird that
nice.
it wouldn't. It's like about filling your lungs or something. Breath control seems perfect. I'd be sad if I think breath control and it didn't
Yeah,
work.
but,
Give me
Make it useful whenever you can.
it.
Didn't you have it on back as well? It came in like once.
After I got swallowed for a while, I was like, I'm never running out of air again.
Oh, it auto-added it for some reason.
Oh,
The choice.
means it probably should
public?
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you feel slightly a bit of water building up, and you're just like, nah, fuck that. Swallow it down. Get in my belly. Your turn.
That's how it works.
Lungs, belly, they're all connected. I did biomedical science, you know.
You know, yeah, you know.
I'll just attack this. I guess.
Just that- it's okay.
Did plus 13, it's
late,
flanked, there's
yeah.
no way you
Oh
miss.
my god, right? Easily could. I'm just learning how artifacts I need to give you. You know, I'm feeling the waters.
I have to set up something if Crixel was aiding me, I think, right?
Oh,
Quick, so
right,
you wanna use
yeah,
your ready
yeah.
action?
Really forgot, yeah, for sure. So
Try to see if Crystal succeeds.
unarmed
Crystal.
attack. Wait, is it unarmed attack or is it
No,
melee
it can
attack?
just
Can I
be a
use
normal
it?
weapon, normal melee attack you can use.
Ah, huge. Okay, so I'm wielding the short sword. There we go.
No,
Well-
unfortunately, Crystal isn't able to help out. It's too
Okay.
focused on you right now.
This was the critical miss, right?
True. That's
Oh,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Oof, you're just
Ooh.
too strong. Yeah, you stab it mightily. Pieces kind of like, chunk off it.
I mean, is there a better action to just attack him again? I don't.
Two
Wait,
attacks is pretty good.
Try and shove or trip or.
You've got Brutish Shove, right? So I guess you're using a Brutish Shove action, but that's got the first trait, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I can only shove it then towards Crixel. Like,
No, I think, maybe, right? You're directly in front of it. Yeah, up to 10 feet away
I mean-
from you.
Is there anything like if Wook couldn't shove, then it was probably.
It's always also flat-footed. So it's always worth doing. Until the end of your current turn, though. Wait, what? Oh, but it means, I guess, for the final?
Hmm.
I guess you'd do it. I would say, actually, though, you could push it here and here. But this is also further away from you, technically. So you shove it away from you? I think it's fine.
I don't know if you want to do that though.
No, it's not the best, but you could.
okay, I mean, oh, let's try it. I mean, I'll. Sure, why not? I just
not?
strike with the upside.
No, man.
Just hit.
Easy hit again.
That?
Okay.
And I guess I'll try to shove it like towards the bog.
With the same benefits of the shove action. And you can automatically shove it. So, because there's a hit that you mean, wait, where do you want to shove it?
Towards the tree on the south.
Okay.
I guess.
So you shove it down there.
Oh, but now it's gonna.
I mean,
You can choose to follow it if you want.
yeah.
Nah.
I mean, do I follow it here or what?
No, I'm going to say you have to like follow it in the direction you shoved it. So either here or here, yeah. One of those two, basically. So you shoved it kind of in that direction. Actually, no, yeah.
You don't really need it, right? You've got 10 feet reach, so you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just say that as well. Oh, it says you must do the same difference in the same direction. Yeah, so exactly, that's how you have to move here. Cool, and you still have one action, right? And it's now flat-footed to you. I mean, it was anyway from the flat-footed for no reason.
But it's still so just attack again. It's some
Okay, a little minus
To
10.
try and aid me, you know?
Oh yeah, you could have tried to aid too, but you don't need the aid.
yeah,
Uh,
but that.
Its turn. And you're fucking waiting on it, so it definitely focused on you, Nate. Until it misses you and then I attack Pixel, of course.
Yeah, I just want to protect Crixel, right?
It punches you in the face. Hits you
Oh no.
for 14 bludgeoning. And give
That's
me a fortitude save.
That's some big fists. The same in health thingy or
So what? No, this is something else. Cool.
No problem.
Right, Jack, I decided. Wow. I found a archetype that I think Crixel should take.
Ooh, show me.
Cool to get killed.
No,
Then it
unexpected
tries to...
sharpshooter.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. Tries to punch you again, Nate.
I think it really fits in line
Critically
with the theme.
miss.
Sure.
Minus 10 you, Nate.
That
It's a
hurts, bro.
tad. Nah, it's you're just demolishing it in this one-on-one fight, Nate.
1-on-1.
not really a one-on-one.
One-on-one fight, you're demolishing it. The cats, though, they're winning the fight against Crixel.
He's killed when you got dumb look.
What happened to the third cat?
One
It's
He's
hit.
hiding.
But you should better see it even though it's hiding. Actually, technically, it's hard for me to remember which
Oh,
ones.
Right.
yeah.
But I think technically these two of them down there are, yeah.
What is
This one
crazy?
pounces at you, Johnny. Meow. Oh, man. Wait, no, that misses Nate, but that does hit you, Johnny.
Ah!
And you're flat-footed, so you take. I mean, the cats are doing some work. You take 8 damage.
Ow.
Then it
8 damage.
tries to claw at you while you're in its face. So like scratching at your ankles. You know how cats be.
And all that.
Misses, and then scarpers back towards the tree line. Kuxil.
Hmm.
I could have done 2 mummies. You would have actually been alright.
If this cat keeps harassing Johnny, I'm gonna fucking shoot it.
You're gonna blow your fucking cat's brain out.
Like,
Okay,
get off
alright.
him, gotta give something back to Johnny after, he's doing what he can for me.
Oh, that's a crit. Yeah, then point the gun, blow his cat up.
Or,
Oh,
put him on a
man.
damage. Okay, 19.
Yeah, the cat just explodes into pieces. Like,
And that should
Stop
not
that.
even be better than that because it's a striking weapon already.
Wait, what's that? Yeah, the
Oh,
fatal-
it is.
yeah.
It did it 2 times, so never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just it blows the fuck up. Just like bits of, the cat just flying everywhere.
Give you a thumbs up, Johnny. Like, I got you.
Well done.
And then do a reloading strike on this guy right here.
Okay.
So that's with this thing, public.
Shooting cats, oh man. You missed, but that other cat really is asking for it. Like that.
Yeah, third action. I'll just fucking try and shoot it as well.
No, wait, sorry, this one was hidden. This one wasn't hidden. This one was hidden. Okay, yeah.
+3. Oh,
That's a hit.
baby.
And it's already badly injured.
Oh,
This cat. Oh no, the cat survives. Cat survives.
Ooh, the snake eyes.
This cat, you just shoot the tail a little bit.
Johnny.
Where have I moved? Oh, because I was trying to type something, but I wasn't on the right screen. Yeah, Jake, that was stupid. He's badly injured. The cat's dead. I will do a little bit of a good old smack the neck with the water against the mummy. Definitely needs more water.
Okay,
you know.
reflex save. I mean, yeah.
Jesus. Bada boom, bada beam.
All succeeds, I'm afraid. So it takes a little bit of damage.
And then, guidance for Nate.
Little gun shield, Nate. Okay. No way, it's always Tom's song. How? Why?
Superior song.
I wish I knew why I did that. So weird. Okay, this cat was the hidden one. It's very mad at you, cat killer. Josh.
I'll take that title.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Crixel,
Right,
cat killer, they call him.
Oh, if you weren't wearing armor, that would have been it. And then
Doesn't even get through my letters.
Doesn't even get through your levers. Ooh, the second one also close, but no, and then darts back to hide again. But not actually hiding even.
Yeah.
Out there.
Alrighty. I'm hoping I rolled well on my stealth earlier because I'm popping out and shooting at the
Popping out and shooting at the main man.
bog guy,
Mm-hmm.
dude, person.
Dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice, that's a hit. I'm afraid it does seem to look in your direction as you pull back the string, so it is not
Asshole.
flat-footed.
Yeah, take 6 damage, you fucker.
Okay.
And then I will again go back to targeting the other cat.
You take out the cat.
Actually, no. I will hide again.
Mm.
I can shoot,
Yeah,
hide,
you can,
and then
yeah.
shoot.
Yep.
Yeah. So stealthy. Where is it? There it is.
Where wizard.
Blind GM.
Mm-hmm.
And then surprise, motherfucker.
Who are you shooting? That's actually a crit, because now it is flat-footed to you as you.
Yeah,
down
baby.
with the hiding spot. That's 5 HP.
And I don't
Can
think
you take
it'll
it out?
roll. Yeah, it won't roll the extra thing.
Just
Sneak
about.
attack? No, but it is still,
Yeah.
even without calculating the attack, it's enough. The arrow flies through
Nice.
and, you know, just falls over like you know, just so it's there.
Cool.
I'll try the
Nate.
cat killer.
It's everyone, you know. Cat cutthroat crew. Cutthroat cat. The cutthroat crew.
Yeah.
What?
The cat throat cuts group.
The catthroat cut crew.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask this, but I'm assuming it's not too bad if you're okay with it. Like, could I have replenished my arrows when we were blasting
that's
Ultimate Reef?
of
Okay,
course. Yeah.
cool, cool.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'll just.
I'm a nice guy. I'm not like Jacko, not letting team of bullets. What I'm meaning.
Surely I'll hit
What?
this, right?
What?
It's a normal strike.
You're in the wilderness.
Just
Oh my god.
you're in the wilderness now. Miss.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Then I'll move here,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
I'll use
fine.
guidance, and I'll.
Oh my god, everything. Gotta use it all.
Be
I've gotta
guided.
go all out. Maybe just this once.
He
I'll go
wants it all.
out.
He wants it all, and he wants it
Ah.
now. Oh.
No.
Have you used your?
Yeah,
I get in.
hero.
Yeah. Oh,
You did. Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I can reroll.
yeah, you could do it. One.
Oh, you have one cell. Cool. Oh my god.
Slightly better.
Slightly
Yeah,
better. Right.
2 5s and a 6.
Somebody was shooting at the cats.
Yeah,
No,
Alter,
that-
Alter.
That's not. Yeah, but you're immailing it. It tries to punch you, Crixel.
Oh, fucking just.
Rolls a 20. Oh, it doesn't. What?
That would be
Just
a crit
normal
if you were
hits?
wearing your if you weren't wearing your level after.
I appreciate the shout out, you know, to have me start rolling moves.
Oh, it's good. Okay, you only take 8 bludgeoning damage. Give me a fortune save.
What? Ooh, I think I'll reroll that. Yeah.
Okay. Then tries punch you again. It's very angry. It's going to do many punches. Misses. I mean, -10 though. No, you easily get out the way of the last 2. You just get hit only once.
Okay. Trying to get used to these attacks not striking true. I'll just take my time. It's a mummy after all. No
Exactly.
points. The what do you call that? The part of the gun where the bullet comes
Barrel?
out. The barrel.
The barrel?
Johnny's not bad.
I'm an expert on guns. I'll
Yeah, I
point
can
to the
tell.
barrel
Yeah.
right on its chest.
Yes. Okay.
Surely that's
I
reliable.
was gonna say. Oh wait,
No,
You
why
still
does it say
hit.
it's flat-footed? That's weird.
Yeah, it's not.
because it's it's flanking and it thinks
It
he's
thinks
so...
you're using a melee weapon, I guess. That is but how does it know that Nate is flanking from back there? It can't know that.
because he knows he's wielding
Yeah.
a rain
And how do they know?
a reach weapon,
7?
right?
Oh, it's still up.
I'm just saying, it figured out that it was flat-footed to
true,
me
it did know
earlier.
that.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's true. Could know it. Could
Yeah, it's improving. It's fucking.
Oh,
It's
reloading strike.
a
Okay.
reloading strike. Come on, good rolls.
Oh!
Woo!
Crixel
Oh,
cuts off the head.
14, you know.
It's enough.
It's enough.
It's enough.
Yeah,
Nice.
slice through the head, and then third action. I'll just take a shot at the cat.
Blow up another cat.
I'm gonna try. Oh no, I rolled the damage. I rolled the damage.
You would blow it up if that hit.
Let's see if it's not 20.
Oh,
Oh, it's not a one!
Oh wait, is that a misfire for you?
No.
No, I'm not doing risky reload or whatever. No.
Okay. Damn.
Damn.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I just mayhem. Let's go.
And the cat needs some, I think, damage. Bam to the head, to the
Okay.
body. It's a tiny thing.
Reflex save. Succeeds with a +4, easy shit. Alive.
And Quicksilver can have some guidance.
Trick still can have some guys. The
Cool.
cat. It's. Oh my god, Tom, why only your music? I need to figure out why.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
stop
weird.
playing. So,
Like everybody else, it does. The cat. Quicksilver, you monster. It hides, first of all, obviously.
Alright, yeah.
It doesn't
And
know
pounces.
to run. Doesn't know to run for its life. What's your perception? Shit, nice. It's hidden from you as it pounces at you. It's gonna take you out in revenge. Misses,
Try me.
but then your claws at you. It's not hiding anymore. Misses.
Alright.
Out there.
Alrighty. Attempt to hide first?
Mhm.
Because I just don't know if the dead bodies can have the same effect or not. Get to this page. Stealth. And GM. And then strike. 22.
Sorry, 22. Yeah, it's just a normal hit. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice
nice,
damage again.
nice.
6. Did it perceive me?
Oh, sorry. No, it did not. Sneak attack.
Okay. Another 6.
That's another 6 right there. Oh.
Oof. Barely alive. Kind of fully in pieces.
Okay. And then I'll take a second shot at it.
Oh no, not even hiding.
Oof.
Miss.
Yeah, I couldn't hide again, so it wouldn't have.
Oh, wait. Okay.
That's my turn.
Nate. There's a 1. That's still moving.
How does flanking work against the...
You can't flank it when
Right.
it's in the same square.
Yeah.
Okay,
They can't
okay.
be flank you and you can't be flanked.
I'll just like move anywhere.
Get it off. Get it off. Get it off.
Try to take
Aim at Crixel's face. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Like, and let's see.
Oh, that cat is
Ooh.
going.
Ooh.
Dead.
Oh, target Crixel. What the hell?
Oh, no.
No, Crixel's down again.
Oh, got it off permanently.
Last roll of what would have been combat. And
How
you're
do I
dead.
target this thing?
Oh,
okay.
Well, you've hit
Yeah,
Crixel
sorry.
now.
Yeah,
It's on
Yeah,
the
let's just
board.
see what the damage to Crixel's face was.
First, it's a crit on Crixel.
Okay.
No one's surprised.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Ah,
I'm
yeah.
alive.
not too bad.
The cat, however, is not alive. It is dead.
Very dead. Nice.
Jeez.
Nicely done, team.
Wow.
I mean, it was Crixel. Crixel didn't go down this time.
Yes.
Let's remedy that.
Merciful combat, thank you.
I didn't want to be. Yeah. You just straight away head on out, continue to walk.
Yep.
The mummy doesn't have anything on it, right?
I'm guessing, yeah, there's like nothing on them.
Uh,
I'm not
Doesn't
gonna
make sense
skin a cat. So
I kind of thought the turn that I didn't use the guidance, right? And then I missed on the first attack, and then the next one too. That's because I thought, yeah, I'll hit and
I understand that,
Yeah,
anyway.
overconfident
like, "Oh,
and
cool."
slow and insidious killer.
I was sure that the guy will crit Crystal, and then his next turn knock him out.
That's a good bet.
It's never
Nice
gonna happen
precedence.
again.
After missing, so-
Okay. Oh yeah, you can
You know,
actually avoid it.
I think it was this whole Crystal getting crit all the time was just fate telling him to put on his goddamn armor.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Since then, I've been feeling a lot better, it's true.
As you say that, a little bit of time passed, and suddenly the wound
oh no.
kind of
Oh, no.
where you got kind of like punched. Give me another fortitude save.
Uh,
or me, or both.
No, just Quicksilver. Okay, but it doesn't itch too badly.
Guys, I am feeling
Yes.
not too great.
I need to check something. Okay, yeah, you don't feel too great, but it doesn't feel too bad. But only like roughly like a minute later, it starts to almost like itch you again. If anyone would have done something within a minute, you can. But
I'm just
cool.
scratching with my talents absentmindedly, you know.
I'm assuming that we move a little bit away
Yeah,
to where
yeah.
there's less bog dirt and better dirt for Johnny to do his thing.
That it does. Yeah, yeah.
Big healing. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, you start up with some healing.
Let's do that.
It's always
Let's do a
bad
little
when
bit of-
someone gets cursed.
You know what? We're safe. You know, there's no hurry. Scratching. I'll do a DC 20.
Okay, but
Good
before
moment.
that completes, give me another fortitude save, Quixel. As he's like, getting ready to merge, you feel like a little weird. Another couple.
Another couple?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 10 minutes? Each of these is a minute, I'm gonna say. I mean, that's how it is. I'm not just gonna say it. Okay, so after about 5 minutes, you're starting to feel a bit worried as it's not really going away. But then you like kind of look down and check, and about the same time you almost see where you were like punching the side, and like the feathers are almost like kind of decaying slightly, and you see your flesh and underneath is like kind of almost like turning into like the kind of almost like the kind of flesh this creature was like made out of, right? That kind of like desiccated, kind of muddy stuff, and you take
Yikes.
13 negative damage.
The swamp is taking me.
And how frequently does this keep happening to him?
How much is the...
You'll stand around waiting to see if he dies in the next few minutes. It doesn't seem to be killing you immediately
Okay.
within the next minute or two.
So I mean,
But if anyone wants to know more about this, you can obviously roll to know a bit more about this creature if you wish.
yeah, it's probably going to be a roll I
DC
suck at,
20
but
is plus 10. Okay.
You succeeded.
Oh, fishes?
Yep, I did.
You also feel a little clumsy, Quicksilver, as like the body is kind of.
You heal for 13.
There you go.
Hey, let's see damage I took.
Perfect. You're fine. No. It's
Yeah,
still,
but
you still look kind of fucked. But if anyone wants to know
Can I
about this,
like do a medicine roll for this?
Well, yeah, I'll let you medicine on
Potion?
this specifically. Yeah. You can do medicine. Anyone wants to know more about the creature in general? Could roll a religion check.
nature, religion, okay.
Religion.
How far are we from
And if you're untrained, you could technically not do it. Can't do it.
Can we could also roll religion?
I'll just be very wrong. Let's
Roll
go.
religion.
Or is the medicine just helping with the creature as well? Or...
Okay, you know all about this creature.
Can't wait to
Medicine,
find
I
out
would
if
say
it's a
also you know
fire-breathing
more about like
dragon,
this wound
and
this
you're just
creature
burned.
caused. This kind of creature is, I mean, it's known as a bog mummy. It's like a mummy that's more naturally occurring, right? Just mummified by the surrounding, peat and marsh. But you know that, like most mummies, they however do carry a curse that can be passed on to others. Particularly, you've heard stories out of, somebody who gets this bog rot, as they call it, which can infect the person, and if not removed, will eventually. It's very hard to remove naturally. Often, like someone can physically just get over a disease. The body can, the immune system can fight it off. A body cannot naturally recover a curse such as this. It needs to be removed with something similar like remove curse, like specific magic. You would know that. And until that is done, it can never be like completely gone rid of. And if it is skills like this, you know that basically every day Quicksilver will get slightly worse and worse. And if you perish from this, then you cannot be brought back unless by very powerful divine magic.
I can't believe Ian decided to have this encounter just to
On a whim.
Crixel with
just
the curse.
just to remove Crixel from the party. Wow.
I thought this combat merciful, Ian.
How far are we from Hazard's village? It's like
Hazard's village now is you basically the remaining day. You are hopefully going to make it at like nightfall. Actually, no, that's not too close. We base it on when you go full speed, but you're traveling, you're doing exploration activities, aren't you? So
Maybe
then
not
it
now
is
anymore.
so who's the slowest speed now? It's 15, right? So about 2 days.
Oh,
I think.
it's quite far
What if
away.
you were
It's 20
to
miles.
hoof
If
it?
you were going full speed, you would get there in a day, but you were going slowly.
Oh, we were, yeah. Sure, yeah.
I'm wondering if we pick up the pace after this.
Yeah, I did say this happened pretty early on. So I'll say if you like hurry and you like go as fast as you can, I'll say you can get there in like.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
use a
once
cloud
I recognize that,
Oh,
and I'm
you
like,
use the cloud.
you got
and hustle for 10 more minutes.
Beautiful.
ball rot.
Mm.
Yep. Bog rot
I
is
mean,
gonna
you
fuck
also
you
the
up.
magic is necessary to like remove curses. You know, you roll pretty well
Yeah.
in medicine, Johnny, and you also would with religion. It's not simple magic to remove a curse. You would also be a little surprised if probably Hattie's village could do it. To be honest,
Mhm.
it was quite a small place.
So, Crix, left.
So, how much of this am
how
I
are you
getting
feeling?
told? um, hmm. Well, I was feeling pretty bad earlier, but now the itch has gone away somewhat. How do I look?
You appear to be melting in your side.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
doesn't look good. Can you like walk normally and things like that?
If I push myself, it's a little woozy, but I can run, yes, or walk, yes.
I mean, I think we should try to get you to Haz's village as soon as possible. The
But
lizard
with will
man.
anyone there be able to help? I don't think so.
I mean, the lizard men have lived in this near this box for countless generations. If anyone would have like a at least a simple, a remedy, it might be them.
Hmm.
So
It does feel only a fever.
If it is what I think it is bog rot, I
yeah,
don't think there's a natural remedy or cure. That this is magic is all he's got.
or
Hmm.
maybe some shaman that they have that could. I don't know.
Mhm.
Unless I mean, if or should we just try to get back to the ship and go somewhere else?
We would have to go probably to Port Peril to be able to find anyone who could cure this, and that's multiple days.
Quite far.
I honestly don't know if. Oh God, I don't know if Crixel. No offense, but if you'll last that long. Like this is a fairly aggressive curse.
I feel fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
you're
hope
aware
I'm
that
wrong
it-
then.
It's far.
I mean, you are aware out there that, like, if you're getting good medical care while it happens, like it's not like it like you take, every day it hurts and you feel yourself taking pain, but as long as someone is there to
Right.
take care of you.
Since you said I knew about it, I did look it up. It technically doesn't it say that nor can the damage from it be healed.
Oh, should you right?
Oh,
So that's what I'm reading into that, saying like you literally can't you take that damage every day until you die or get the curse
man.
removed.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
it's
right,
so broken.
you right. Oh, but
So
technically you get like
13
3
lower
days
than
of
max.
dying right afterwards, so you get a few days. But yes, you don't have that long.
Oh well.
Yeah.
oh well.
So in my opinion,
How
I
did-
think we go back to the ship
Oh,
and
shit, man.
as fast as we can sail, like
Back to the ship.
recklessly almost sail to Port
So,
Peril.
food at night.
And
But
there
what
is,
about
like,
Hazi?
And anyway, I mean, I saw sailors multiple times, having like their limbs rotting, after a wound, and it has to be cut off, right? But then it's
Can't cut off his
Okay.
head, bro.
Yeah, this is his side. I don't think we can separate.
it's
only
like
if it's
a way
wing.
for us to like I don't know.
I guess we could shoot him with a cannon. Cannonball-sized wound.
I don't know if I take this advice. I kind of look at Johnny. I trust.
I'm mostly
on
just
this.
jesting. But again, I think we go now.
In big trouble,
Ha-
friend.
No offense to
Okay,
Hazi, but he can wait.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You need
I'm
to
really
get
not
him- you need to
an
get him
expert on
this,
this thing, so
Okay.
if you say so, then we'll we'll run to somewhere.
Okay. To hightail it on back to the ship. Oh, what a nice thing you can kind of.
The second you said mummy, I was like, oh god, someone's gonna get
You
fucked, aren't
walked
they?
into the graveyard, guys. This is why you read the signposts, you silly guys.
The signpost fell off, I'm pretty
The
sure.
pet cemetery. You hightail your way back to the ship, and yeah, immediately start. Like I guess sailing just towards Port Peril or anywhere else, or
I can't think of anywhere closer that we know is going to have someone who can cast
Yeah,
that
probably
type of
not.
magic.
Ruma's technically far.
Like, there's
Uh,
definitely not someone in Old Salt Reef, I would assume.
no, not
Yeah.
magic.
How
And
far?
is there a place closer than Port Barrel?
Not there, I think. Yeah.
I guess so you could roll some maybe
Technically-
sailing lore to see if any of us know of a place.
Yeah, you. I mean, honestly, I would say like, I mean, you've been on on a ship in
Yeah.
the waters. You would know that if you kind of look at this map, this area here. You see where I'm looking at? I'll tell you also maybe not this place.
Ooh,
Can you guys see?
What are you talking about?
If you see my
Is
page
the
on the
landing
landing
page?
page.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, landing page. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've got to go to the landing page. Okay, because I was still on the swamp. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what?
This island here.
Okay.
This thing here. This is the what's it called? This is one of the larger towns. Like, so you would say it's Salty actually. Its population maybe like close to 10,000, which is on there. It's called Hell Harbor. It
That's nice.
Yeah, you know
Into
an
hell,
actual
let's
city, but you
go.
know the city as the pirate lord there is someone who was a mutineer from Cheliax, and is therefore like
Okay.
he's kind of fan of Cheliax. He's kind of styled the place with a lot like sort of devilish influences. There's a lot of like that kind of what's it called
Slavery.
impact in the yeah, for sure there's some slavery there, exactly. But that probably is a bit big enough city that you would imagine you would at least think
Yeah.
there
Well, there's that one. How
potentially be
far to that versus Port Peril, where
Sure, let
I
me
feel
do-
really confident in
Yeah,
Port
yeah,
Peril?
exactly, and maybe a little bit.
That's
less.
on the way, right?
Because if it's like a half a day difference, it's like let's
No, it
not
would
even
be
take
more
the
than
potential
that.
risk.
Let me. I can check. Okay,
But
so
if
let
it's
me
like
do.
3 days,
Here from Port Peril, or here to Port Peril, if you went as fast as you could, where you were crossing more like an open
Like,
water, so you see
potentially
like
even through the night, like
yeah, sure. And this is assuming like I'm assuming you basically go like straight down stuff from here, right? You don't kind of go
Yep.
along the coastline.
Yeah.
Then it would be Port Peril is about 170 miles, so that would be just over 3 days, like 3.5 days.
okay to there. And what about to
Wait,
Hell
no, wait,
Harbor?
is that right? Wait, let me speak. Yeah, 1 second. I just want to double check the travel speed I had was right. 40 miles a day. No, sorry, that's not 50 miles a
Oh,
day. That's what
so
I
yeah.
had wrong. So 40 miles a day, so 4 days. 4 days. So instead of 3.5, four,
days
a little bit
Port
over 4. It's
Peril versus
170, so a little bit over 4 days. And into Hell Harbor, create new measurement. That's about 100 miles, so that'd be 2.5. So you would save about 2 days.
It's
Okay.
worth, yeah.
Yeah, I mean 2 days.
At least to
That's
try and stop.
very much
even if they
like where we
don't-
don't have a ton of HP. We're dealing with, right?
Yeah,
Even
even
if we
they
can't
don't,
find
then you
anyone,
could go.
then we can go on.
Yeah. So I think we beeline it for Hell Harbor.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
So you head to the boat and you beeline it for Hell Harbor, and that's perfect. Then I know exactly where you're going for next session. I can prepare some Hell Harbor stuff.
Yeah.
But that seems like a pretty good stopping
Oh,
point.
God.
Oh, nice! It's like
So,
sponsor party.
literally.
That sounds
Do I
great.
need to make a new
That sounds-
character? Should I prepare?
Oh, technically, it doesn't immediately kill you when you go to 0, right? You'll go to dying 1, and then dying 2, and then dying 3, and dying 4.
Is
It doesn't
it?
have, it doesn't have
Let
the
me-
death
a
trait.
second.
I was checking. It says
Yeah, it's got
it
curse,
just says
disease,
a creature
divine
killed by
necromancy.
it. It doesn't say you when you go into 0, you immediately die. So I don't
But
see why
that's
it
the
would
question, right? Because if you're at 0, you can't go back to 1 because that would be healing from the
Yeah, so-
damage.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
curse
He,
did.
So it would start
will
at
keep-
dying
he will
1,
keep-
dying 2,
He will
dying
keep
3.
dying every day, but I don't think when he hits 0, he would go to dying 1, right?
Right, I just don't know
Why-
if you could go back to not dying once you're dying.
I mean,
Because
it-
Oh, you
theoretically,
mean
like,
like
you're at
once I'm
0
dying,
and
then I
dying.
need to
But
do
when you're
recovery
wounded,
chances.
you're not at 1 HP. You're at 0 HP when you're wounded. So it's not like you're healing, right?
Would you take damage? No, like he would take. No, I think the way it would go, you would take damage,
You're at 0
right?
HP.
You go to dying.
Yeah.
Then does the recovery check put you at like what does that do?
Recovery check just means you're still at 0. You stop bleeding out.
In
It's
that
not
case, you
getting
would be
worse.
fine. But then, like every day, it would just
Yeah,
jump
every day
back
it'll get
and
worse.
die.
How I interpret it, because you're decaying more than every day. But he just basically he starts dying, he stops dying, but he stays wounded from the rot eating at him, right? And there's a new day. He was already wounded, so the rot gets him closer and closer to death. But I think if this immediately killed him at 0, it would have the death trade. I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, I don't see
Makes
how.
sense.
Like, that's like the point of the death trade, right? So I'm fairly certain that's.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I guess it'd be more like we could not wake him from
No, exactly. He is like
He would
he
be
is. Yeah, exactly. He is like his
right on
body is
that
basically
edge of death for a
Yeah,
minimum of
His body is like
or a maximum
decaying.
of 3 days, and then
His
it would
body,
be done.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that's when he's like basically in a coma, right? Like the body is
yeah,
decaying.
okay.
He is,
That
like-
makes sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. So
He'll be
Yeah, you're right.
fine.
It's not directly
He's
back to a 1
fine.
HP.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. When you do it, when you get a wounded, you do not gain any HP. So I think it's fine. Cool. That's exciting. Good to have. I guess,
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Seriously.
And, nice little fight. Nice little fight.
Curses that do
Yeah,
a
not
decent
fair,
like
no.
amount of damage at low levels are
The curses
super
are fun,
deadly.
but they force by to do something. That's always fun.
Yeah.
From a narrative point
It's
of view.
3d6.
Like, everyone will-
Force into the
So that's
belly
an
of the
average
devil.
of what? 3.5 times 3 is
11 and a half?
10 and a half.
10 and a half, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, so Pixel can survive.
10 to
so
11.
long.
So I mean, you have like
I'm gonna
43
practice all this.
HP.
This is my
Or
practice 3d6, so look at this.
Right now,
practice.
I mean, I only took some.
Oh,
so
that's a
29
good
left.
one.
yeah, because you took 13 to start, right? So we know that from your maximum, you can only be at 13 below your maximum.
Let's see when he dies.
Yeah, I already added that. I already adjusted that.
Okay, so yeah, you judge right to your 13 blue. Perfect. Okay, cool. I wonder.
So at an average number of days, we have like 5 more days before you're dead.
Completely dead.
Yeah, we could easily make
Yeah.
that.
And we have like 2 to 3 days before you're unconscious.
Yeah, but I can still fight the random encounters that we're gonna.
Absolutely, I don't get it. Cool. Good stuff, guys. Thanks for such. I'll see
that's
you
loud.
next week, and we'll see. Oh, but you didn't get crit though to death, so you know.
I did get crit, but not to death. Okay.
Not to
Yeah,
death. Not to
God
death.
damn it. God damn it.
Yeah.
Pixel, the punching bag of the campaign.
You
Sad.
shouldn't
Yeah,
have shot
whether
the
it's-
cats. That's so mean.
I do keep inviting it. It's true.
You're so mean.
But someday I'll outgrow these memes.
I mean, like,
One
I
day.
put the armor on so
But
they
it is
can't
not this
crit
day.
you. So they can't crit you, right? So you get hit by the different type of damage and death.
New idea. You need cat armor. It's just an armor made of cats, so no one will dare hit you.
Don't do that.
A little bit
Don't
stinky.
do that.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
All right, anyway,
Uh,
thanks all.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'll
night.
see you next.
Yeah, that's my way.
Oh.
Well,